Whoa! How's it going, everyone? Thank you so much for joining us tonight as we begin another episode of Couch Cooperative during our 5th edition's journey through the Rise of Tiamat. We do have a singular announcement to make as we have scheduled our Halloween one-shot, which will be DM'd by none other than our very own Coutre Hill. We will be doing that one-shot on the 24th of this month. So you'll have to stay tuned and be there. We will be posting about it on our social media. So check us out on Instagram and on Twitter. We'll be providing some updates about it. Outside of that, we have no other announcements as of yet, other than obviously we're getting close to completing this adventure, so we're excited to keep digging through. So, last we left off, the Sword of the Council had arrived back at Waterdeep past the attack on Daggerford. You convened with the council and gave a recap of your success with rallying the metallic dragons to your cause, as well as defeating Chuth, the Emerald Assassin, and Narenvain, the Green Worm Speaker, out in the Misty Forest. You were able to pretty much get a clear idea that as of right now, the council in its fullness is fully on board with what you've been doing and supporting you in the final, the final fight. Like, well, not necessarily supporting you, but they are supporting the joint alliance of all the forces gathering together for a final fight. So they're preparing to actually make their first stages in actually waging war against the cult and sending forces out to, engage in full-on skirmishes and battles. Now, in order to fund these efforts, Lord Daggle Neverember of Neverwinter added a new delegate. Lady, well, depending on if she's not really more of a noble regard, but Rion Nightshade, a gray-skinned tiefling of the Zentarum, the Black Network. She asked several questions during the initial onset of the meeting, and for the most part kind of stayed quiet in order to get an idea of kind of what's going on and what she's kind of getting into. And there was a lot of tension that built up around having this member present and kind of an active participant in the war effort, but ultimately the peace meetings went through successfully. You broke apart when the meeting was concluded and were reintroduced to Einar Wolfson, the exiled member. Well, member wouldn't be a good term. Just someone that has a hereditary link, like an ancestral tie to Hakon through kind of their clan's very vague and shadowed past. He mentioned that recent reports or recent observations that he's made outside of the town of Parnast has caught wind of the cult's encroachment on his tribe, and in order to ensure the safety of his family, he thought it to be important to head to the Great Peak Mountain Range and deal with it immediately. However, he was alone in that thought, as the prospects of the final Worm Speaker that is readily available for you, and the securing of another dragon mask at Xonthal's tower was understood. The party decided to hold off on journeying to Hakon's home in order to go to Xonthal's tower based off of a note written that was given, that was actually subtly, and I don't know how you never caught it, but subtly snuck into your breast pocket by a man named Iskander, who is a cultist who is seemingly defecting from the cult. He gave you the location to Xonthal's tower. Well, Xonthal's tower is actually already determined, but he gave you the understanding that the Blue Dragon Mask was indeed there, and that he wishes to give that to you. So you believe it to be a trap, but you are jumping at the opportunity to secure this prize, and were teleported by Vidania to this location. And that is where we left off. In the in the horizon, as you teleported in and the sun was setting, you see this massive, like, sandstone tower with an adult blue dragon resting upon it, kind of nesting, sleeping. A dragon that the three of you, Hakon, Lux, and Arboris, have seen before when he was destroying your home of Greenest, when this entire adventure and journey had begun for you. Lenathon kind of perches like a throne amidst its kingdom. The tower itself is surrounded by this massive and luscious green hedge maze, circular, that it completely circles the tower, which stands alone and distant from even the initial ring of the maze. And just outside of that maze and kind of spread out among some of the trees and at the base of the mountain range is a village. And the village is kind of, you get teleported just outside that village. We begin as you guys are walking through the village. It's very quiet. You aren't getting a lot of like confrontation from people, but people recognize that you're outsiders. You're not familiar. It's a smaller town, but you do see a good amount of people. It is still pretty busy, pretty active for a smaller town. People talk amongst themselves, but it's generally kind of quiet. You see the tower off to the distance, the massive hedge maze that kind of borders the town, and it really separates the town from Xonthal's tower. So just kind of recognizing all of this, and you see the shadow that's cast over the hedge maze by obviously like the sunset through the tower. What would you guys like to do?
Do we know what the name of this town is? Yeah.
No.
Can I, are there any kids playing
Yes,
in
we
the street?
do. It's Xonthal's Tower. It's
No, that's not where we're at.
Oh.
This isn't Parnast, is it?
No.
What's the name of the town?
Ethan, am I crazy?
You're not crazy.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, you're not crazy.
What is it?
But yeah, they're trying to tell me I'm fucking wrong.
You just gotta try to just gaslight Arboris. You're at Xonthal's tower.
Well, it's literally the fucking name.
But the town outside of the hedge maze doesn't
You have
have
no
a
idea what that town's name is.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was my question.
You said tower.
No, I said town.
Yeah.
I said the town.
Okay. If you said town, I misheard you.
I
Yeah,
heard.
no,
I
said
misheard.
town.
I
I
heard
know.
tower.
I
I heard
know
tower.
what fucking tower we're at.
Nah.
Okay, so are there any kids playing in the street?
What?
Make a perception
What?
check.
Can I roll a sus
No.
check?
They're a great source of
So,
information. Kids
16.
don't lie. Well, good kids don't lie. What'd you roll?
16.
16. You don't get kind of like that jovial and playful like era. Like when it's quiet, like the children that are out and about are, you know, like basically like kind of like at their mother's hip. They're moving to whether it's like a roadside vendor selling like produce or whatever. Like they're getting stuff. They're moving. Units kind of stick together. There's not a lot of activity.
Can I go to one of those roadside vendors?
Sure. You
What's
walk
he-
up to one, and
what's he selling?
he's got an
What am
entire
I buying?
like wagon, like, well, it's a wheeled kind of
Shield Hero.
no, it's just one of those, like, it's really hard to describe it until I describe it, but it's got like it looks like a small staircase in regards like it's layered, and it's just rows upon rows of cabbages, and it's kind of like a cart, but it's not a cart. That's what he's got. So you can see like these ascending rows of different cabbages. I walk up to him, and he's an older man. Got like a nice little cap on, short hair, so you can barely see even like the shorter ends of the hairline. He looks at me, you'd like to buy a cabbage?
Which ones taste the best?
Preferably the ones at the top.
How many are on the top row?
Those are 10.
10. How many for all 10?
All 10? That,
Yeah.
Well, that would run you a singular goal.
A single goal?
I wouldn't wish to part you from such fine
I
amounts.
motion to my party. I say, guys, come here. Guys, we can get 10 cabbages for 1 gold. Can I have a gold, dude?
You don't have any money?
What?
Alright. Fine, you drive a hard bargain, and I'm gonna reach in my bag and I'm gonna give him the gold.
Stingy bastard.
He takes the gold and goes, all right, yes, you may take all the cabbages off the top row.
And as I'm grabbing on, I said, what town is this that we're in?
Oh, see, I recognized outsiders, so we just try not to be rude and point it out, so my
We've
apologies.
been traveling a long time.
Oh, no worries. You are here in the town of Xonthal's tower.
That's the name of the town.
Yes, it's been gifted by, and he kind of points back toward the tower, Xonthal's tower.
How much cabbage does he have left?
2 full rows.
Of
So
10?
he's got 20 left.
I'm gonna put 2 pieces of gold down on the table and say, I'll take the rest of your cabbage, sir.
I get to go home early. This is a fine deal. You don't have to. That is quite a quantity of gold. You don't have to part with it.
Would you like to work more?
What I mean, I would. That wasn't like.
No, it's alright. You can keep the cabbage and the gold. Just sell the rest of them, alright? You made a point about getting to go home early, and honestly, if I was your boss, I'd say you have to work more, so I figured just keep the cabbage. And the gold.
Fine then. And he picks up his cart and he starts rolling
What
away.
the hell?
Can I
That
insight
guy.
that fine then?
Huh?
Can I insight the fine?
That poor
You have
guy.
to.
I couldn't
He just made 3
I
gold.
don't have to.
That's a lot to him, not a lot for us.
Yeah, and now he gets 20 cabbage and 3 gold.
I'll give him 3 gold and buy the rest of his cabbage.
Oh, are you still giving him the 2 gold?
Yeah.
I misunderstood. I thought you were retracting. I thought you were going, well then, you can go work. Like,
No.
that's what I thought you were doing.
No.
Okay, my apologies. I misunderstood. So he would take the 2 gold and be like, so what you're saying is, I get the 2 gold as if you're buying all the cabbages.
Right.
But instead of actually taking the cabbages that you bought, you wish me to continue to sell them.
Well, does it look like I can carry 20 cabbage around?
I'll just be honest, I've never met someone more generous than you.
While he's
That's
distracted,
exactly
Well,
what
he's-
this asshole.
Well, after we kill this
Wait.
dragon, you better name something after Boris.
What
Like
dragon?
the what? Oh,
There's a dragon?
listen, very quiet
You
because
see, like, he starts to get very tense. And, like, kind of, like, you can see, like, nerves kind
I'm
of
gonna look at him. I'm gonna say, don't worry, we've killed many before.
What are your guys' passive insight? I know yours is high, so that's
Yeah.
why you notice it.
12.
12.
11.
Passive insight?
Insight. So 10 plus your insight roll.
Wait a
15.
second.
15.
Yeah.
15. You tell it as well. He looks genuinely alarmed. Like, the kind of like the natural response to hearing that there's a dragon around.
I'm gonna
It appears that it's like the first time he's ever heard that as an option, like as something.
I'm gonna hand him. We've killed a green, blue, and black dragon, right?
And 2 white dragons.
And 2 white. I'm gonna hand him a scale of each color dragon from the scales that I've collected and say, don't worry, we're prepared and we know what we're doing. Just don't tell anyone
Yes,
because
but we've all heard the tales. Dragons, they waste whole towns. They waste the cities. I mean, I thought they were stories that you told children about dragons that could even fight the gods. I have no idea what to. It appears you're very competent and capable, but I gotta go tell my mom.
here,
And-
wait, I'm gonna grab him.
Yeah, you kind of like grab onto the side and he kind of picks up his
card.
He kind of looks at you, kind of like.
Listen, if you really are worried, I will give you enough money to take your family out of town, but do not tell any of them, and do not tell anyone else, because you will create a much bigger problem if you do.
I don't know where the nearest settlement is.
Then go make an encampment. But if
I'm
you're
not
that...
a leader. I'm a cabbage salesman.
Alright, then trust in us that you'll be fine.
I don't know you. I know you're generous.
Do
And
we...
it seems like you can kill dragons, but I'm scared.
Do we have any sign that we're with, like, we're the sword of the council? Does that mean anything to him?
No idea.
I'm gonna say, do you know what the sword of the council is?
Who's an
It
elf?
sounds like a book.
Aren't you an elf? Can't you just sleep him, dude?
No.
Good night. Sleep well, dude.
I have
enjoy
resistance.
You can see like sweat starting to break.
I'm gonna walk up to him and just
Hakon, I need
put
you
a
to do
nice firm
something.
hand on his shoulder.
How old is this guy?
Like in his 40s.
It's gonna be alright, man.
4-year-old cabbage.
Okay.
Tell
Just
his mom.
Take your cabbages, go tell your mom, and you'll be okay.
Yes.
Because in a
Yes.
few days' time, there won't be a dragon. And then I'm gonna turn him around and I'm gonna pat him on his back, but like hard enough that he.
He just like immediately
Go.
starts going. The minute you pat him on the back, he just picks it up and you hear like the.
Name the wagon after me!
He just continues to run off, and you realize you never gave him your name.
A Boris!
You hope he hears it.
No, I did say a Boris earlier.
Boom.
I did say a Boris earlier.
Boom.
Play the VOD.
Boom, this
Play the
I
VOD.
can't play it immediately.
Gave Doogie old anxiety attack. H.R. also said, stay away from the creepy adventuring party with the wizard van kids.
Yeah, when he goes, the kid's playing around, walks up, and be like, hey, do you want to see my greatsword? My greatsword talks to me.
Well, they would think it's cool. They'd be like,
Yeah, I bet they would.
I'd be like, yeah.
Let's go bad.
And that's how you pull them in.
And next thing you know, you're a wanted
That
man
is not
with
bad.
a 3,000 platinum fine. Or wanted bounty. Next thing you know, we gotta create an entire campaign with adventurers hunting down your guys as adventurers because you got caught kidnapping kids.
No. Hack on is not bad.
See.
No, sir. Only Lux
Tis.
and Nute.
Only what?
What?
What do I do?
You're a bad guy.
I'm a bad guy.
Yeah, you're a bad guy.
I'm the bad guy.
Sometimes.
Okay. Okay.
Dang.
Lux will remember.
Oh, is this a Telltale game? Nice.
Big brain.
Yeah, so he runs off, and you can hear the clattering of the wooden wheels against like the stone and pebbles across the road.
Is anyone looking at us?
Not like blatantly, like it's not like a crowd's gathered watching you kind of like talk to this cabbage salesman, but
then we're good.
people
Let's
when they
keep
walk
moving.
past, they stop and recognize you, and like for you two specifically, because you weren't really involved in the conversation. Like I would imagine, just naturally, you guys would just kind of like be looking around, and maybe anyone that you made eye contact with, you'd either get like the respectful man nod, where it's like, like, oh, carry on, or like the welcoming man nod. It's like, hey, how's it going? You know what I mean? Like you would have gotten a mix of that, a couple waves from some of the like some of the ladies with their kids and things like that.
Whoa, a bunch of lookers over here, huh?
Well, it's not like that, so it's not lookers. Everyone's pretty friendly here.
How many carts are there?
Quiet. Huh?
How many carts are there?
Carts?
Yeah.
I would say like 5 or 6.
How much gold worth of every item of all of
We
the
got
carts combined?
A lot of it's just produce and vegetables, so you would imagine based off what you just encountered, it'd be relatively cheap.
Can I buy all of the carts items?
Yeah, if you go through each cart, go ahead and roll a D8 for me, please.
Can we potentially make cabbage stew?
With the amount of cabbages you have, yeah, you have 10 cabbages.
And then the fine cabbages.
I have cooking utensils. I got a 7.
7. It costs you 7 gold.
What do I have?
Cabbage stew is good.
Mixtures of apples, wheat.
Where are you gonna
sacks of-
carry all
you have,
this?
you have a sack of potatoes.
Sled.
You have
What?
10 bottles of milk and
What kind of milk?
3 cheese wheels.
Whole milk? Whole
Cow?
milk?
Cow milk. Yeah.
Can I-
Whole milk, right?
Can I make any?
Well, I don't know. It's just pure cow milk.
Can I
It's
ma-
pure
It's
unprocessed
warm,
cow.
huh?
So that's whole.
I wouldn't know. It's been in the bottle all day.
If it's pure milk, it's whole milk.
They're
dude.
corked. The bottles are corked.
Good for your
You know,
bones.
if you
And then
shake
3
it
cheese
enough,
wheels.
you
Can I
can
make
get some
Yeah,
butter.
dude,
Can
what
I-
kind
can
of
I-
cheese?
Can I make any cool
Is it blue
food with
cheese?
my
Yeah.
cooking
If you
utensils?
make a blue cheese, I won't be jealous.
I mean, you have
I don't like blue cheese.
Oh, okay. I thought
with
you
your
said
cooking
you did
utensils.
like it.
Technically, you can do whatever you want. Like in regards of like cooking, the thing is you basically have like a pan, probably like a pot, like a tea kettle, in order to boil water.
You need water.
A bag of
You probably have a set
Stupid
of
you.
eating utensils, but I would imagine you'd also have some form of like a kitchen knife, like a carving knife for meats and potatoes, and then a ladle, so for like stews. So whatever you could use that with apples, potatoes, cheese wheels, milk, and cabbages. Go for it.
I'm gonna make
Is there like a church-looking building anywhere?
Make a perception check.
I'm gonna make a stew, and then I'm gonna use the cheese wheels as appetizers.
All right. Next time you guys cook, next time you guys need a meal, that's what you'll do. Just because
13.
right now it'd be weird to like buy everyone's stuff and then
Start
camp out in the middle of the road with start cooking.
13.
You need some milk, Katrina?
You do see a
Oh,
small temple
I got 10
that's
bottles.
kind of off in the,
I'm gonna go there.
in the distance. Okay.
I'll follow.
I don't like.
Okay.
Whoa!
Um,
Why you following me? man?
It is a.
I just want to make a religion check to
Alright,
see
come
what
on,
it
come on,
is.
let's go.
Yeah. So as you guys approach, it's pretty much kind of carries like your traditional like pioneer time temple. It's got like the tower, like the bell tower in the front. It's not
We're taking too
the
long.
biggest of buildings, but there is like a series of trees. The outside's actually very well taken care of. Just the ground, like the natural like land around it is very well taken care of. You see birds kind of fluttering around. Some of the natural wildlife, like you know, it feels like just a natural pocket, like
Is there
a pocket
anything?
of nature.
Is there anything that alludes to the hedge maze in front of us?
Nothing that you can see here immediately. I did want to say though that the symbol that's on the front of the door that you can see is here, like into a cave.
Ethan,
temple.
while they do that, I walk to the spy on the tower.
So what?
I walk to spy on Xonthal's tower.
You walk to spy on it?
Yeah, do some investigative work.
Well, there's a whole hedge maze.
There's a giant hedge maze that surrounds.
Can I climb the tree?
Hedge maze is like a maze.
Yeah, but can I climb it and then try and
How
make
high
a...
is the hedge?
Wait, Ethan, can I climb it and make a path or draw a map
Everyone knows you just stand on
of the
left
hedge maze
side.
so we know how to get through it?
Stay on the left side of the
So
room,
what
you'll finish the
specifically are you wanting to do? You
Climb a tree,
climb a
What if
tree?
you misty step on top
and
of the
wa-
hedge,
look at
and
the
then I
hedge
can use
maze,
like dimension
and then
lore to get us to the center?
use
Well, what type of hedge
and
is
then
it?
make a drawing
So I'm
of the
thinking
pathway
lava
out of
fire.
the hedge maze.
I'm thinking like big ass like
go ahead
bushes,
and
you know.
make. I'll say you're able to find a tree to climb up, and then what I want you to do is go ahead and make an investigation roll for me.
What is this over
Uh,
the edge?
The symbol that you see on the front of the door, and it's actually it's carved into the wood of the door, and
Uh-huh.
it's colored, and it is a
Uh-huh.
green leaf that is angled, so
Fuck.
the stem of the leaf is on the bottom left, and it goes up.
My dice is on the other
Yeah, it's
side.
just a green leaf that kind of
Yeah,
fans
there's
out,
that.
and then
Yeah,
there's an
there's that.
acorn that sprouts out off of that leaf, and the acorn is also colored.
Thank you, Omar.
Wait, isn't
green
that
leaf
your
is-
logo?
Wait, it's a green leaf logo? Does that look like
Well,
the-
it's a green leaf with an acorn.
Oh. Okay.
Pokemon or two family.
I'm gonna use my inspiration. Okay, I got a 12,
Sorry, the website
Ethan.
had an advertisement. My bad. Yeah, by 12.
Wait,
You do your very
I
best.
lied. Because I have my proficiency bonus with my skill.
You're proficient in intelligence.
Nice.
I thought so.
Looks
With the
good.
skill?
Investigation.
Fuck off.
Or sorry,
I thought that
no,
was
no.
Rose, dude.
The feet.
Acorn and a leaf.
You
Right.
take
Why
that-
would the acorn be on
What
top
skills
of
did
it?
you take with
What he
skill?
said. He said was sprouting off the leaf.
Did you-
Perception. No.
The
Yeah,
acorn was
perception.
sprouting off that doesn't sound right at all.
I had insight already.
I heard,
Right. Because you get to just choose
Wouldn't it be
3.
the opposite?
Yeah.
The leaf
The
sprouting
leaf
off
sprouting
which one
off
do you
the
choose?
acorn, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
perception.
I mean, really all I care about is, are you proficient in investigation?
Perception, investigation, and can I don't think I can pick saving throws because I picked a
No,
saving
not saving
throw.
throws, no.
Okay. Okay, perception, investigation, and then I believe survival.
Okay. So then what? It would be a 17 then? Because you have a 5 proficiency bonus?
Yeah.
Okay. You actually get a really good estimate of kind of what you're able to see. It appears as if the hedge maze is kind of cut into quadrants, and so you get a really good idea of kind of like how the quadrants work.
Leaf clover.
What?
They alternate between horizontal and vertical pathways,
The fuck?
and so you get just a really good idea of kind of like how it works before you get ready to move in.
So it goes. You said it goes horizontal and
It's
then
just
vertical.
like the quadrants, they alternate between horizontal and vertical. So it'll help you gauge when you're moving throughout the maze. If you're in an area where you kind of are moving, along the grain of the maze, then you're going through the horizontal. If you're going against the grain, exactly. If you're going against the grain, you're going through the vertical.
Cody.
Yeah.
With the
Let me pee on your foot. on your
Hakon
feet.
does his best to transcribe that symbol in his little notebook.
Yeah.
And then can I try and push the door open?
Yeah, well, it's not a push, so there's like
Is it a bolt?
well, there's a handle, so
Is
yeah,
it a
you
handle?
do pull it. Yeah, you do pull it open. And when you enter in, there's like 2 pews they're very small. They're maybe like 3-seaters just on both sides of it. And there's a lot of foliage that are growing in here. There's hanging potted plants. And it just like inside feels almost just as natural as outside. And in fact, the ground isn't even wood. It's you still are crunching on dirt and kind of soft grass and kind of natural ground. There is actually. There's an older gentleman who's got like a brown kind of like think of like a friar's like monk robe, like he's brown and baggy with like a rope belt, and you can see he's over in the back corner and he's got a bucket in his hand. He puts like a fishing pole off to the side, and there's a pond with a river that kind of goes around like some shrine, and he's pouring this bucket of fish in there. And that's what happens when you walk in.
We'll walk up to him and go, hey there, mister.
He looks up and, grayer haired, he's kind of clean shaven, just older human male. Kind of looks up, he's got brown eyes. Greetings, hello. Sorry, let me just kind of like push the bucket off to the side.
Don't let me bother you.
Praise be to Sylvanus. How might I help you, my young sheep?
You said Sylvanus?
Yes.
Sylvanus. You said Sylvanus. I'm not familiar. Can I
You're
inquire?
not familiar with Sylvanus. Sylvanus is... How are you not familiar with Sylvanus?
Well, we're not from here. We're visiting right now.
You don't know Sylvanus?
Well, let me do my best to tell you a tale. Please come sit, my old weary bones.
Can we skip
We eat the
those?
wave and then the...
Hold the egg.
Yeah, right.
As you go and sit down, kind of at one of the pews, and kind of, pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure.
Oh,
Yes,
come
likewise.
on, Nute. He's a nice guy.
Now, Sylvanus he's known as the kind of
A woman?
the forest father, the oaken father, the father of the woodland realms.
Tree man.
He has that is in his more natural guise, where there's a facet to him, an aspect known as the Horned Hunter, which really brings about the fullness of nature, of predator and prey, and kind of conservation of species and wildlife. It requires careful cultivation. The Horned Hunter is actually worshipped more alongst the northern mountains than here in our lonely settlement. We like the conservation, the preservation. We take care of the creatures around us, so we worship more of the frontal face of the great Oaken Father.
I apologize. I didn't even introduce myself. I'm Hakon, by the way.
Hakon, what are you hacking on?
Everything, actually.
You probably should drink more water. It sounds painful.
No, I drink plenty. Oh. I see. Nute, why don't you tell me? What was your name?
Sorry, I never gave it. It's Jod.
Jod.
Yes, Jod.
Jod, like, how would I spell that?
With a J?
Yes, with a J. Yes, J-H-O-D. Do you notate everything that you do?
H-O-D.
Just names.
Yeah. Important things.
Oh, I'm glad that you consider me important. I don't have a notepad on me. I would write your name down if I did.
Well, the sentiment is what counts, Jod.
Jod.
Excuse me.
Jod.
So, how can I help you find folk today?
Well, we actually are here to go see the tower that's inside that hedge maze.
Oh, Xonthal Tower. Well, and he kind of looks at all of you and goes, I won't lie.
I'm still in the tree.
Yeah, you're off, but you guys.
When you're done, can I roll a couple more checks? Like perception for like enemies or something?
You actually don't see any. That's like the first. Is everything actually just seems very calm and peaceful.
Do I see any maybe like secret entrances?
Not from this distance. That wouldn't be possible.
Okay.
Now y'all look very fit, active, youthful, quite envious. But I've seen many a wary traveler enter into the hedge maze that borders Xonthal's tower, and none have returned.
Well, it's different. My sister's in there.
What?
Well, haven't seen any young lasses head into the border maze,
They-
but I'm not saying you're lying. It's unfortunate that we didn't have a chance to
Man,
warn
I
her.
didn't even get to roll.
It's just a chance that we didn't have to get to warn her and potentially save her. I fear she's gone if that is the case. Not a single I've not seen, and again I've seen many a weary traveler enter there. None have returned.
Well, we're not weary.
Yes, I've pointed that out, but even the most confident of travelers have yet to return.
When was the last time you saw a traveler go into the maze?
I think two full moons passed. It was a small group, yes. A dwarf,
Wait a second.
a half-orc,
Don't worry, you know who they are.
and a tiefling. Just kind of like yourself. I'm not saying that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's just that tiefling was yellow-skinned.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I meant to say.
Yep. Haven't heard that one before.
I apologize if I said anything to have offended you.
No, you're
Wait,
fine.
the blue worm speaker, he's not a dwarf, right?
I believe so. I don't think that we've confirmed it yet. Though.
No, it's the goddamn dragonborn, isn't it?
No, I'm talking about the worm speaker, the last one.
Isn't it? No, it's not Cyan Rat.
I don't know. He gives off tall vibes. So I don't think
Is it Cyan Rat?
Galvin gives off tall vibes.
Oh
I
god.
thought he was a dwarf.
it's not a tall letter, dude. L.
No, Galvin
Do you remember what
does
they were
sound
wearing?
Dwarf. Galvin does sound dwarf.
You know, they were.
No
I
way it's
told you, the
Tiefling,
half-orc had
and
a,
no way it's
had a
that
hammer. Had a hammer the size of your sword.
No hammers. It's
The
just
dwarf.
a sword.
The dwarf was actually really well armored, and the tiefling was kind of dressed slimly like you.
With that dwarf, what color garments is he wearing? Can you recall?
Purple.
I think.
Yeah.
I think like normal tanned leathers, browns. Yes, I didn't get a chance to.
Did you talk to them before they went in?
I talked to the tiefling, and they were hoping to make rich. They were hoping. I mean, obviously, Xonthal's Tower. We're dealing with a lot of history, and it's a hot spot for treasure hunters. We found, but we've tried to start warning those that have come in with the temptation of glory and fame and riches. Again, we've seen none return. None. Not a soul.
Maybe it's better the place they're going to. Have you thought about that?
Heaven.
I gave
Could
that
be a
a,
portal
I
in
gave
there.
that a, I gave it a thought. That maybe they're safe. But something just gnaws at my soul and just tells me that Kellenvor is guiding them to the afterlife.
You've never been curious enough to go up the tower?
Oh, I'm not reckless enough to enter that maze. I've seen too many people go in without dying, and to me it, based off of that, just seems unwise. And I've told many youthful adventurers like yourself, but no one listens to an old geezer. No one, not a soul. They haven't returned. Coincidence? I think not. But I won't stop you. I believe the gods have given us the ability to make our choices and lie in the beds that we make. I just urge you. It would break my heart to see another group enter in and never return. Ever.
Has the maze ever been mapped before?
I think that would require someone to have returned.
Can
There is a slight problem with that.
Can Hakon
Because none have returned.
commit to consciously trying to map the maze while he's going through it now? At least the path we take.
Sure.
Do you know who created the
Hansel
maze?
and Gretel.
Xonthal did. Yeah, so it's told. It's believed.
Is there anything that we can learn from
Maze,
him?
bro.
Any
Some
scrolls,
Call this maze.
documents, books?
Unfortunately, we don't have a
Use the cab.
historian of Xonthal. He was rumor.
The what?
Tale on the town says that he was a
Tear
loose.
Hansel and Gretel.
But we don't talk too much about the tower. In fact, we barely pay any attention to it.
How so?
Like literally, like we barely pay any attention to it.
Nothing comes or goes.
Other than, a few bands of adventurers here and there, but nothing goes yet. Because, like I've said, none return. Kind of looks at you for a second.
What time of day is it right now?
It's kind of like mid-morning. Like maybe like 10, 11.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you got a full. Well, no, I said sunset. No, it's not. It's like late afternoon.
Call
it's like
it-
5 or 6.
Call us greedy, but is there
Let's check myself before I wreck myself.
anything else that'll help us?
Teleports to town. Look at the sunset. It's 10 a.m. Ethan, you get a minus in his inspiration.
Brunch time.
Yes, it's like 5 or 6 p.m.
Prime dinner time.
I say
Yeah.
we sleep and then go in.
Where's the nearest tavern?
We have a roadside pub that you could stay at. If you walk and he kind of like, old man kind of like picks himself up and makes his way to the door. Follow me. I'll take you there. No worries. And he fumbles at a key ring that's in one of his pockets, kind of locks the door, and kind of walks you down the town. And as you guys are walking with this, with Jod, there are people that kind of give you a little bit more attention. He's waving at people. It's like, parents are walking by. They have their children. Children like running and screaming kind of around him. And as they're kind of like running around, he's like, "Oh, don't run too fast. You'll trip and fall. Mom doesn't want to deal with a scraped knee." Kind of looks over and goes, "Oh, Derethor, how's the sheep doing? Oh, I'm glad she's not sick and dying anymore. It's good." So there's a really like fatherly element to him. And he stops you guys at a, what appears to be a very calm, kind of like roadside inn. This is a great establishment. It's just a small mom and pop. The family's been running it for years. Great breakfast. They got chicken and eggs. They say it's they call it the before and after meal.
Well, I don't like eggs, but
That's a knee-jerk, I tell you. Yes, it's a great breakfast. Sometimes they like to wrap it in a flour wrap. Kind of eat it,
You got a name for it?
Yeah, chicken and eggs.
No, when he wraps it in
Before and after.
the flour thing.
Yes, they call it the before and after meal.
No, but when you wrap it,
Well, it comes wrapped.
so it's before, after, and in.
So you can either, well, the flour wrap is not part of the before and after.
Yeah, but like that seems like a good idea. You should,
the wrap is the
run with it.
Isn't it like a
The
I
before-
burrito?
I don't do much running these days.
the before, middle, and after.
It's more of a mental running. The before, the after, and the in.
Right.
No, the before, middle, and the after.
That's a good one.
You'll have to bring that up with them. It was their idea. But they got a splendid cook, young man. It's his first job, I might tell you. He's just cooking, loves it, and he makes such great food. I eat it every day. Wake up 6 in the morning, get my nice cup of coffee with 1 cube of sugar.
Is this the only place to get food in the whole town?
Oh no! In fact, I faintly overheard that some generous person walked by and bought all the stalls food, sent them all home early. We haven't seen that happen in ever. It's great to see people do good things in the world. It helps you recognize that even though the shadows of
Probably buy
night
the club,
encroach on the brightness of day,
Still in the trees.
as long as there's
Ditches,
good
wheel.
people out there, then the world
He's like,
is
you're
worth
all
fighting
like
for.
this.
Makes you all think, where's Zaboris?
But no, you're still
Well,
a tree, huh?
thank you for
He's like
walking
eating
us.
at a tree.
Oh,
Would
you're
you
welcome.
like to come in and have a round on us?
Around what?
At least a meal. It's the least we can do.
Well, I won't turn down a meal. Sure, I would love to have a meal. That is a fair point. So I was going to go home anyways. And, it's been some time since poor Petunia passed away. But anyways,
Yeah, you really had to say that?
We can go ahead and sit. I don't wish. Not going to bring you into an old man struggle.
I get it. I lost my cat too.
No, not a cat. It was my wife, my late wife.
Oh.
Yes.
Wife was a
She's
cat.
now frolics amongst the gardens of the Oaken Father, and I will greet her one day, and we will live eternally in the ever after. It brings purpose to my lonely time.
Reminds me of
Solitary. My solitary period. Anyways, food. Again, I don't wish. I'm not trying to make everyone sad. Please.
Marty
You don't
said.
need. I feel
How's
your
it?
sympathy. We can move
You know,
it towards
Petunia
Just, like,
kinda
open the
sounds
door
like
for him,
the
like,
gnome,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Go
he
ahead.
just walks right in. And
I'm gonna
he-
follow right.
As he's walking in, you see there's a halfling couple and
Halfling.
yeah, there's a halfling couple and the ladies kind of. Oh, Jean, it's a pleasure to see you this great afternoon. And look, you brought friends, great visitors. Please take a seat. We're getting ready to start up dinner. I imagine everyone's just a wee bit hungry. And you see John's like, oh, no, Blossom, I don't mean to disturb. They said that they were paying for food. I imagine they're hungry.
7 orders.
Take your time, please.
7?
He kind of looks over
What,
and he
2
goes,
for yourself?
and he looks over at at the man. He goes, Mr. Tallfellow, how are you doing? And you can see he goes, John, I'm doing great well. It's been a pleasure to have you here. Like, so excited. Everything's been going, very, very well ever since ever since you were able to bless over our produce that we were getting in. I can't thank you enough. It's just been so. I think times have been a lot easier. So we owe you everything. He said, you don't owe me everything. Your gratitude is enough. What you could do for us, though, is cook up a nice right meal for these men. Very, very great people here. Outside of that, I urge you to continue to bless the Oaken Father's name, and he will continue to shine his praises upon you and your produce. Absolutely, Jean, absolutely. It won't be without a doubt. You know, I'll tell you, Blossom caught me the other day. I was sitting out in the, in below the latrine, and I forgot my prayers. I didn't recite them today, and she came out and started banging on the latrine. She said, I know that you're dropping a heavy thing in there, but you have to be dropping your prayers. So I took every wind that was in me and I started praying. It was a little hard, because you're trying to push out all of your darkness in the same time that you're trying to intake all of your lightness. You see, John's like, well, a healthy bowel movement is good signs of good eating. Yes. Very well. I would like the before and after meal. You know me, Mr. Tallfellow. What would you all be having?
The before and after meal, obviously. 2 of them, though, please.
We'll make a total of 3 so far. And yourself, fine
4.
gentleman? I thought
4.
you were the 3rd.
No, he was eating 2. Nick's
Yeah, he's eating
No,
2.
I would like
Oh.
a second helping.
My apologies. I thought you were being grateful. I see. And he kind of pats onto like your broad sternum. And he goes, "You're a big man, big arms. You got to eat a lot more. I get it. I tell a lot of the younger men in the town that if you want to be big, you want to be strong, so that you can do great things. You got to start by eating, and you got to start by eating well. You are eating very well.
Nice.
You should eat a little bit more. I'm not saying you're not great, but you can always have room for a little bit of weight.
Right. Okay.
It's just healthy poundage.
Katrina likes getting healthily pounded.
Everybody knows that tieflings
I
have
got that.
larger stomachs.
What?
Tieflings.
You know what they say
I'm weak.
about
So
the
we're doing
horns?
5, 4.
Maybe they're compensating
I can
for
take
something
one.
with these little
So
horns.
it seems
on
like a
their
total
head.
of 5. 5
Five
before and after meal.
1, 2.
What's up drinks?
I'm just
Do you have something?
You see Blossom as she's kind of like riding on like a
No,
small
you got
notepad with like a
horns.
feathered pen.
18 deck.
Drinks, right? Yeah.
That's like a
We
ninja.
do
Yeah,
have
well,
picked
mine's
we
a
have
20.
an apple cider. We obviously
Still.
with milk.
This is
We
old
could get you
man
some
that just
spring
thought
water.
that you could eat.
old are you?
And if you're really
Where
craving
old are
it,
you?
we do have. We have an imported wine. Yeah, I say
not old.
imported, but we don't have a port. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So it's more of like brought in carted wine. Yes.
I'll try the one.
Can we get
Very well.
We'll get 3 bottles of it. Dude.
3.
So for the table, man.
3 bottles.
We
You
can.
don't have to drop that much. That is a lot of money.
Dude, we're having a good night, man.
We
Tomorrow's
can.
a big
We
day.
can cover them.
Tomorrow's a big day.
It's 5 gold for 3 bottles.
I can assure you, we have more than.
Tomorrow's a big day.
That's
I
it.
didn't know I had heavy spenders.
Oh, what do we want,
Very
a bottle
well,
apiece?
Mr. Moneybags. We'll get 3 bottles of wine.
Nice, dude.
And 5, right? 5 before and after meals?
Yeah. Yeah.
Should we get an appetizer too?
We do actually have we have a fun appetizer here.
When you do.
The
And what-
We'll take it.
You know, our chef, he's a great young lad. He fries these cheese balls and mixes them with like puts them dippable with like a red sauce. It's ridiculous. I didn't know you could fry cheese.
We'll take
I'll try
two of
that,
them.
yeah.
2 of them. 2 of them.
That sounds insane.
That is actually.
I'm genuinely
What does he call
excited.
it? Does he have a name for it?
We don't really go around. He hasn't created a full name yet, but I can inquire to see if he's got any options. Right now, we've just called them the appetizer. So I'll get 2 orders of the appetizer and 5 orders of the before and after meal, just to make sure we're
And well,
We should at least have one more in case of Ouroboros.
one more appetite or one more entree.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do 6.
6 entrees, 1 appetizer, and 3 bottles of wine.
Yeah.
And I know you can't drink. She points to Jod. So a glass of milk and an apple cider today.
Why can't Jod drink?
He's a man of.
I forego inebriation. It's more of a discipline.
Like
I don't have. I don't
make us later.
I don't have any. I don't have any
What?
legitimate problems with it. You want to drink? You want to drink?
He can't
you
tell the
feel
difference
free.
between
And then
wine
you
and
want
milk.
the person-
You need to prestidigitation the wine once he
Make
drinks
it
to
make it
taste
look like milk.
Yeah.
I'll take a nice apple cider, please.
Apple cider, dude.
and please toast it. I like it nice and warm.
What?
He beat
And
us.
she goes. I'll put it right over
Warm
the fire.
the wine.
I do have to let you know it's going to be just a wee bit, so if you're just patient, we do have this is quite a big, dinner order.
We don't
normally get.
mind.
Perfect. Well then, I will get everything out as swiftly as possible. Appetizers will obviously come first with the bottles of wine. I'll deliver them together, and you'll get the food when it's ready. Very much welcome your patronage, and I hope you all have a blessed day in the name of the Open Father. She goes and backs off.
Are they leaving yet, or are they still fucking?
We just
They're
like
getting
ordered
dinner.
a lot of food. Yeah.
It's fucking
We're all at
midday.
No, it's not.
No, I made a
It's-
mistake. It's late day.
Yeah, it's like 5-6 p.m.
Can I go back since it's been so long since they?
Yeah,
fucking-
so you're
Whoa,
you're
my
there
ball.
out there for
We
a long
ordered
period of
we
time.
ordered a plate for you too.
And you
Oh,
head
did
back
you?
to the area that you departed from and recognize that you don't know where they went.
Can I walk outside just to like check to see where he is? You know, like
Sure, we'll say kind of around that time you're heading out, and you can see like it's down the road, so you kind of see off in this direction, and you're able to catch up to with your passive perception. You kind of see each other, and it's like,
What?
and you're able to make your way until you kind of run up to him.
Boris.
It takes a bit
He had no
because
idea where
it's
we
a
were.
distance, so it takes a bit. You make it your way up to him, and he kind of ushers
This
you towards this
entire
building.
dinner.
You
I
all-
just want to be. Oh, go ahead.
You all realize we're here for a reason, right?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
We're gonna get to Xonthal's tower.
might as well.
What have you been doing? It looks like you're all enjoying a nice meal.
Not yet. It hasn't. It hasn't
I
come
didn't
yet.
buy all this food for no reason. It's gonna spoil.
Lux, I don't know, at this point, Jod kind of leans and goes, There's always one. It's always disagreeable.
We have prestidigitation.
Do you want
Yummy
to see how long this
forever.
takes before they sit down and start eating?
Who's this?
It's you see he's talking to an old man. You don't know what they're saying, but you can see he's talking to some old guy.
Wait, are they talking? What are they talking in?
I bet this. I bet it's going to.
No, I don't have
I
that.
think they're talking to us. Talking about
My
us.
bet will be that the new arrival will sit down grumpy.
I'm going to pick up the plate of food.
It's not there yet.
You guys
It's just
haven't
that
even
empty-
I
eaten.
have a silver.
No, because they're making it now.
And he kind of
They
flashes
said it
out
would
a
take a
silver on
while.
us.
Yeah.
I'm,
A silver on it.
I'm going to take my ingredients.
Mhm.
I'm going to walk into the kitchen and I'm going to start cooking
What?
my own food.
No.
As you walk towards the kitchen, you can see there's a halfling man that kind of walks up and goes, "Oh, hey, my apologies, Master Elf. Sorry, we don't let strangers into our kitchen space. That's for our chef and our cook exclusively.
I would just like to cook my own meal, please.
I would love to give you the opportunity, but We don't just let any. It's kind of like, what if you get hurt? I'm gonna have to pay for it.
We ordered you a meal.
I don't care. You guys should have been there long ago. Here's a gold for the expense, just in case.
He takes the gold and goes, all right. Don't disrupt the chef, please. It's his first job, and he's an absolutely pleasurable man. I couldn't afford to lose him.
I won't. I'm a pleasant person to be around.
Very well. And he goes off. You enter into the kitchen space, and there's a half orc. He's got like an apron on.
Is he the one who's like the new kid?
Yeah, he's young. He's very young.
Hello there.
Broad-shouldered. He's got his tusks. His hair's black and it's short. He's got it up in like a bun. Hello. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice. I've got some more ingredients for you, just in case you'd like to use any of them.
Well, it looks all. I heard before my shift started for the dinner time that all the vendor stalls got bought out. I'm assuming this was you because I've seen all of these types of this. This is technically the same produce that I buy, so I know what we're working with here. I have plenty of this. Nothing of this is new, but I appreciate the gesture.
Well, how about?
Why are you back here? I'm confused.
How about? Well, I was just going to cook my own dinner.
How about this? Very passionate about my cooking. And I'm very confident that if you give me the trust and you give me the patience, I can cook you something that you would be pleased with.
Well, it's nothing against your cooking, to be quite honest. My friends outside should have met me somewhere quite long ago, but they dilly-dallied with whatever they were doing. So it's more so the purpose behind it. I don't want to eat any food they bought me. I'd like to eat my own food.
Well, that's fine. You could eat your own food. I'm just saying, let me prepare it for you. They would never know. In fact, I will let you fully go off that you cooked it.
And
I'd be fully comfortable with that. But I wish to satisfy your taste buds.
All right, and then you have to agree to this one thing.
I do my best.
You must use all these ingredients.
Every single one of them.
And whatever's left over, you must use them and give out free food until the ingredients are gone.
I could definitely do that. You have a generous heart. Yes, very generous, very charitable.
But don't tell anyone it was me.
You know what? This secret will stay within. Well, it's not even a secret. It's just, I believe that good things that are commonly told to people, are they really that good?
Sure.
Blessed be the person that can do great things in the name of the Oaken Father, or not in the name of the Oaken Father, maybe just in the name of good people, and not tell a soul of the good deeds they've done. Those are true heroes.
I do have one more request. It might be a little selfish compared to the others. I want you to make something unique here. I know these are all ingredients you've used, but I'd like something unique and possibly call it the green leaf.
Green leaf. Okay.
You could use cabbage in a way.
I could, yes. I thought mint, but I could use cabbage. Do you prefer beef, lamb, chicken, or pig? What's your meat?
Considering I'm from the woodlands, I'd say beef, probably boar. So pig. We've hunted wild
Pig,
boar
yes,
before.
Pork. Okay. I can use the pork and the apples. I can definitely use the pork and the apples together with some thyme, some salt and pepper. I can definitely season that and make that a nice dish. We'll push that off to the side. Now what we're gonna do? Well, with the potatoes, I can simply mash them, and I have like a nice delicate sauce, a gravy, if you would, that we could put over. Now for the cheese, ooh, that's going to be a tough one. But you know what? I think honestly the best thing you could do, chop a little piece of it up into small cubes, put them. I'll make you. You're going to need an appetizer for this. So what I would do is I'm going to use the cheese and give you little cheese cubes. I have some little, little like thinly sliced little pork strips, and some chips, cracker chips.
Sure.
And little wheaty things, and we'll give you all that, and you can snack away. But I'm in the process of baking something, and I would love for you and your companions, who are you so adamant about sticking up to, that I'm trying to bake a pie, a nice warm apple pie. All I ask is that if you let me bake this for you, that you all test my pie and give me critique.
Sure. I also have one more question.
Yes.
How much would it cost for you to open your own traveling restaurant?
I don't wish to travel. That sounds like too much.
What about your own restaurant?
But this is my own restaurant.
You own it.
No, this is it's kind of my kingdom, if you think about it.
Sure.
All of the fruits and all the food, my subjects. They do what I say. And I'm the king of this realm. This is my abode. And I treat it well, and it treats me well. I appreciate the gesture to push my future. I do. But I'm spent a lot of time with Jad, and Jad's really pushed me to find peace in my circumstances. And I can say this has been a very grateful time. Very grateful, because it's been abundantly blessing.
Fair enough.
Blessing? Abundantly blessing? Is that the term? Abundantly blessful? I've been blessed abundantly. That's perfect.
Excuse me for 1 second. I'm going to peek my head out and speak to the lady or the man behind the counter.
Sure.
I had another offer. Possibly could pay you all. I was thinking, this is a small town. It's quite quaint. I'm sure most of the business you all get is the locals. So I figured maybe I could give you all some extra currency, gold possibly, for advertisements.
Well, I'll tell you what. We definitely appreciate monetary compensation, but like you mentioned, a lot of our customer base is locals, and thanks to a lot of what Father Jad's been doing, we're kind of fully sufficient, fully dependent. Independent as a town, but we depend upon each other. So really what we're selling, like you saw the street vendors, right? A lot of what they're selling is just extras, the surplus.
Alright.
Right, so they're not really, it's not a necessity because we make sure everyone's taken care of, but if you want a little bit more, you gotta go buy it. So no one's really a need for money, because at the end of the day, if you got a little bit extra and you're a little bit low on the money, you can sell a little bit of your extra and kind of balances each other out. We take care of each other very well. Yeah.
Okay, let me ask one more thing. If I gave you a certain amount of money, would you possibly rename the tavern?
I would have to get my wife's approval, and that's a very rough thing to do. How much are you thinking, and what name are you thinking?
Well, I was thinking possibly 13 Platinum, and I was thinking something.
You see, it took a second before that hit in. He just 13. You said hooked platinum?
Yes.
In the name?
I'm gonna pull out. I have some right here, and just show him a couple.
Right. Let's see them.
I'm gonna pull them out and show him.
What name?
Oh! I didn't understand. Well, I had a couple ideas, possibly. The Aboris Oasis. All right, that was the first one. All right, like a little getaway.
It's a bit
too long. All right.
I was saying it's conflicting. You have an arboretum, which is, it's really just an arbori, and then arboretum, and then you have an oasis, which is, I think that's sand-like. So it's what's the term the kids are using? It's like modern.
Let me rephrase. How about just the arboretum, and you can model it more foresty, possibly.
It's not technically a bad thing. Got a little woodsy folk here.
Or possibly the green leaf. It's easy to advertise. It's
the green leaf. I like that name. That's actually pretty. It's pretty simple, and the green leaf is the holy symbol of the great Oaken Fathers of Honest. So that's a done deal. I won't care what my wife says. 13 platinum in the green leaf. She's holier than thou as a wife. She's perfect. Absolute gem. Yeah, I would rename it before she even woke up in the morning and recited her morning prayers, and she would look out and go, blessed.
Well, with 13 platinum, I doubt she'd be upset, Elmer. Yeah.
Well, probably upset about the principle. I would genuinely tell her, but it's more of a, like just talk between us men. But yeah, I would tell her. I think she'd be okay with that. I think that'd be perfect, actually.
You can.
It's a done deal. Jake's hand, and I'll take. I'll take platinum. It's an awkward spot to ask for a lot of money, but
I'll just kind of like hand it to him underneath the counter so no one like up top can really see it or anything.
And like he feels in his hand, like he's second, he's just. This is all about my money.
Oh, also, there's a new item on the menu. It's also called the green leaf, so it will fit well with the new theme.
I can get so many people here. Buddy, I'm gonna be busy all night! And he goes and runs off into like a back room, closes the door.
What?
It's like a light bulb went off. It takes a bit, but you sit back down, food starts coming out, the appetizers first, so your little like charcuterie board and your guys' fried cheese balls. Which by the way, fried cheese balls.
You say that because Atronach said, yes, small town peasant, I would like 3 bottles of your finest swill and a charcuterie board. And so now you just say charcuterie board.
Yeah. See, that's why I like Atros, because like we think alike. What was I gonna say? So the fried cheese balls come out and they have
the whole dinner. I want to be bugging.
It's basically like cheese sticks.
Mozzarella sticks?
Yeah, mozzarella sticks, but balls and marinara sauce. Big old mozzarella balls. But
I start crying.
I was like
So good.
cheese curds.
and, I mean, they're phenomenal. The cheese, it's not tough. Like it's nice and gooey and stringy, and like you can pull them apart and you hear the crunch and the crackle of the breading. Breaks apart.
Prestidigitation
Scratch it.
required.
I'm not leaving till the final course is coming out.
It's gonna take a bit for all of that to happen, and eventually they get out 6 full plates of basically chicken and egg burritos. Basically, it's what they are. So they're firmly wrapped, and I mean they're beautifully wrapped. Like they're perfectly cylindrical. They're filled to the brim, and they're steaming. Like you can see the steam, so you know these are fresh. Like these are good. And then it takes a bit because you see as one of the plates gets put before you, and you guys notice that he kind of looks at it and pushes the plate up. The drinks come out, so there's nice wines. You actually can tell, being one of the more interested in the wines, the writing on it as it is traveled in. These are elven wines, so they're gonna be incredibly flavorful, but they are gonna hurt.
I'm gonna take I feel like I'll take like a couple sips. Like if I know what it is, I'm not gonna.
I ain't never been
hurt by no drink.
And you can tell the quality of it. It's not like cheap stuff. Like, these are really good bottles. So it actually brings you're really impressed that they would have something like this here, just like in a really isolated town.
Blessed be the Oakenfather, dude.
And you guys are digging into your food. You see Jad does kind of like just like an isolatory prayer over his food, and starts to dig in and eat it. And then
No. So Jad, tell me about the Oakenfather.
As that conversation starts, you see another plate comes out, and it's a like a seared pork chop, like a big pork flank almost, and it's rested on a bed of these like cooked and caramelized apples. Mint leaves are on top of it, and it's like very aromatic. And melted butter on top, and laid out in front of him, and he looks over and goes, "That looks so God, my stomach, man. That looks good." And blessed be that young boy.
We didn't order that.
Is there?
He cooked the whole thing.
You cooked it?
Yeah, he cooked the whole thing.
You also.
I forgot to take it. I forgot to bring it out. He left it, and I was busy with your guys' meal. I forgot to bring it out.
You all saw me back there, didn't you?
I didn't know you could cook.
Yeah. No.
Well, why do you think I carry these around? And I'm gonna pull out my cooking utensils.
Didn't you just buy them?
No, I've had these since the start.
They look clean. Like brand new.
Maybe
Well, just because I haven't used them very much doesn't mean I don't know how to cook.
But that looks phenomenal.
You don't know how to wash your
So
silverware?
this whole time, You could have made us something like this and you haven't?
Well, you never brought me ingredients.
Well, because I didn't know.
Better question, how long have you all traveled together?
Too long.
And you didn't know he could cook?
No,
I guess
I'm
it's
pretty
never-
pissed off.
Never really come up.
Also,
Usually we just buy our food.
This dish
I
would
think,
be a permanent. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
You're
you.
good. You're good.
Were you speaking, Hakon?
Is anyone going to touch that second before and after meal? That leftover that you pushed up?
What do you mean? That's mine, dude.
You
Oh,
have
oh,
two!
no,
What do you
no.
mean? You need a third!
Sorry, I miscounted my
Hakon,
plates.
you can
My
have this
old
if you
age.
like.
Pulls it in.
You can have a third. I don't need this. It's all
Oh,
right.
you don't want the before and after?
No.
I'll take the whole plate.
Wait, so he ate it.
Also,
No! He's like, now I'm pissed.
I'd like to announce something. This dish is called the Green Leaf. It's a new addition to the restaurant, and with the new title, the Green Leaf, I think it's very fitting.
The new title.
Oh yes, well that's what that's what the tavern is now named.
You convinced them. Did you? I mean, it makes sense because they're Oak Father and everything.
Well,
It's actually his holy symbol, yeah?
Can-
Green leaf? It's green leaf with a knot.
Well, but this logo is just gonna be a green leaf, but it's gold.
Like our Boris Greenleaf.
Let's just say money persuades all.
No, he's a businessman.
How much did you give them?
So how much profits are you getting from
Did you at least invest?
What? Have you never heard of charity?
charity?
Yeah.
That would be donating money, not telling them to change the name.
Well,
It's-
I mean, it's
So
like
this
a.
is definitely not charity.
Well,
It's-
I assume if you change the name,
well, maybe
you
he
take
didn't
partial
tell them
profit.
to change the name. They just said that they were.
How do you know
feeling
so
like
much about
changing
his
the name.
dealings?
He's just defending
I'm
you.
gonna. Can I like just have one of my spectral people appear? Because I have the Audrey or clairvoyance, whichever one that puts the specter out. I just want to feign that I was watching a Boris the whole time. Like you just see the little bit of mist of like my ancestral guardians, and then they fade back out. And I'm like, oh.
Well, sometimes it isn't about the money, and I mean, sure, I did get something out of this, but it's more about knowing that there's a piece of my honor here, whether it.
You see John's like looking at you as that happens. This is...
And me?
And I know you're
Why are you
magical, too.
normally surrounded by...
He sits there for 5 minutes and I've been next to him the whole time.
Since I was a kid.
Just
Are
let
you-
him think that he fooled you.
Spiritual? You belong to any faith?
Not any faith, no.
Your family?
That is more a clan.
Your clan?
I mean, yeah, there was a faith, but not to a specific god, I guess.
Did you guys migrate, nomadic?
Can I insight what he's if he like knows what if he's thinking what Hakon is? Can I insight this dude?
Sure.
Okay.
I never moved from when I was born to when I left, but I'm sure that they've moved. since I left.
13.
13. You get just like you believe it's kind of like a sense of familiarity, like recognition. And he looks at you and he goes, yeah, well, the reason why I ask, and I don't mean to paint a broad brush over similarities. There's a traveling. There are nomadic people. They live in the mountains, and I've seen things like that before. They're more open about it. You're a little bit subtle, but I mean you're just as big. You're about as broad as some of the broadest men that they have. They have a lot of just bulky young men.
Isn't your strength
Is
a
he,
20?
are you referring to the mountains where Parnas
No.
is located?
No one's
that
strength
would
can
be
be higher than
wait,
yours
that's
unless you have a magical.
Are you referring to the mountains where Parnas is
Busted,
located, or a different
I've never heard of that. It's just the
Okay,
mountains
so-
to the north. Yeah, the northern mountains.
Can I make a geology or whatever?
The only mountain range that's
What?
like immediately north of them is the Great Peak, because they're on the southern end.
There was a sword
So
that
just
I
to
had
clarify,
that could get my
Parnas
strength
is
to
not in the
25
Great Peak
by
Mountains.
It is.
It is, okay.
You just
Okay.
these guys are like
Okay.
But
isolated.
if it did,
Okay.
then I'd have to roll
Oh.
at night, and if I rolled like a number out of a d10, then I'd die.
I've just noticed.
Out of the deep
If-
yeah, the sword would eat me.
Maybe it's similar. Maybe it's the same. I don't know.
No, you're.
Why don't you sleep
I mean,
without the sword?
No,
Sorry,
I
we
can't.
just-
Like the sword, no matter what.
We've spent a
the
long
sword-
time on the road. It's very
What?
hard to open up to people sometimes, but that is my intended destination.
It was cool.
To those people.
That's
Mm.
literally.
I have
the
someone
whole
there
story.
waiting on me.
It was
A
cool.
fellow by the name of Einar. If you ever come across him.
I'd save all my inspirations for that.
Really? Redhead?
Dude, it was sus, man.
Yes,
Like,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
I think I remember him actually.
It's the worst thing.
He's a traveler.
It
He
was-
tends to
It was
show up
fun though. It was so fun.
kind of before the rest of the people start showing up. Like normally when he's around, like I know they're gonna be, they're just gonna be around. They don't ever come into the village. They don't need to. But you tend to see them in the mountains, and sometimes they come down, and occasionally we meet them.
Are you
with
eating
just a
this,
few
like,
bits of extra
pig
produce,
all by
and
yourself?
stuff here and there. But,
If no one else wants it.
yeah, I know him. He's a
No, I'm definitely.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
so-
a solitary.
I
man
have very
himself.
refined taste.
But again, the only reason why I
You
asked
like
is, I guess,
So
I guess it's
Hakon's
kind
not
of
eating
fate.
it then?
How long has it been since you've seen
Hakon's
him?
too invested in speaking.
Are you like
That I
normally
could-
traveling with
wait.
them? Are you separated? You seem distant.
He's too invested.
It's been a long time since I've been home. I
How
left
long have you
Do you
been
want
asking?
Best
Uh,
pig ever.
This
Something
isn't the
on the
one from your
age of
desk. This is mine.
15 years.
Wow.
This is mine.
Well,
Yeah.
decade and a half.
No.
It's a long time.
Oh, thank you. I
They
almost
seem
said
to be
thank
doing
you,
well.
Jimmy.
It's apparent they've gotten more and more strong. I guess I would say they definitely
Yeah.
they pull the appearance that you
Remember that
wouldn't
time
want to
we got
anger
stuck
them.
in
That's for
Icewind
sure.
Dale?
They've been very bold in their display of their spiritual.
Remember that?
I
It was
I
fun.
do.
always have to assuage the fears.
Wasn't he
of
the
some
one
of the
guiding
people.
us?
They feel it's the forces
Oh,
of the demonic
yeah.
at work.
What's
Creatures
that?
of the abyss, but I never got that feeling. In
You know,
fact, I always
seal
felt a
eyes.
bit of a
Oh,
heart and
yeah.
spirit.
I forgot.
It just
You had like seal fat.
the
didn't you?
souls of the dead are a
Straight
bit,
seal.
but they seem related. They seem
Yeah.
Which
they're
campaign was
close.
this? This one?
Ancestral would be really a good term for it, and I always
This
get
one where
to-
we fought that white
I was
giant,
so
right?
close to the
Where there was the octopus that
Open
attacked
Father when
us?
I'm with Einar. Sorry, I always kind of tied the two together.
Oh.
I'm
So I just feel pulled to,
Yeah, I mean,
I guess,
you never
warn you.
offered them.
But premonitions lately.
Did it taste good?
Don't really get to talk too much about visions and dreams
Was it rubbery?
amongst the parishioners,
Bland.
most of the people,
My
townsfolk,
presentation,
that don't want to
You know,
hear
if we
about
knew
that
you
stuff.
cooked, you could have had spices.
But
That's what I'm saying.
Can I
we
lean
could've
a
had
little
legit
closer so
good
he doesn't have
food.
to talk stuff?
Well, we
No,
never
The
asked.
big thing
Keep your
is
secrets.
visions of
But this food is
they're
quite
not
delicious,
the
isn't
best.
it?
That's what I'm
Visions
angry
of-
about.
That's why they actually
cows
named the
going
restaurant
mad
something.
and, well,
Because you
the
just
bulls going
showed
mad,
them the dish and
rampaging across
What did
the
you
This
give-
food is probably the
fields
best
for
food
roads,
I've had.
killing, hurting,
What is-
hindering, destroying property.
Everything here.
Yeah.
And
It's
I
called
always see one or two
13
of those-
platinum.
those folk kind of off in the
Did you hear what he
distance every
said?
time I have those dreams. So
Don't tell
I don't know the
Hakon.
connection, but it just
He has an innocent
feels
mind.
as if
He might not comprehend.
feels as if maybe their heart
He
is
spent 13
Becoming
platinum to name the
destructive.
store.
13.
Don't tell Hakon. He's innocent.
That's a little too
You
much.
could have gotten away with like 3.
I'm not. I didn't know my pricing very well.
Like,
Do you-
that's
Just
a
don't.
1,000.
Just
Do you know
don't
how to-
tell Hakon.
You see the cabbage man? He better have a heart attack. when he
Where are you
saw
gonna carry
one
all this
gold.
food?
I
Oh no,
gave
you
it
haven't.
to-
You haven't. That thing.
I gave it to the restaurant.
to.
Oh, he told you about how much money he
Donate.
spent?
Yeah.
We need a treasurer.
Oh no.
No, thank you for telling me all that.
Yeah. And
I can't
Yeah.
believe you.
he puts his hands on your hand. Let me just say a small prayer over you. Your
Hands
body.
on your hand.
Yeah, he put both of his hands
Father,
on his
no.
head.
We just look over after having a conversation.
No.
And that's what we see.
Are they?
Yeah, and, well, it's obvious he's kind of praying over it.
Vibing.
And like in the middle of the prayer, it's very paternal. It's kind of like a very comforting hand, like on your back, kind of hold your hands on
Is he
the
focused?
table. Huh?
I'm gonna steal a cheese ball off his.
Yeah, you can
What the fuck, dude?
And
I'm
it's a
fucking
prayer.
hungry.
It's a prayer for for the Oaken Father and the Horned Hunter to give you the spirit of conservation, to give you the heart of of community and the heart of peace, the heart of nature, but also to give you the swiftness of the bow, to ensure that death to those that not deserve it, but those to which it will be earned, happen. And the kind of like the eyes of the hawk, right, and kind of like that mindset is like a hunter and like nature dichotomy. And then he's gonna go ahead and cast the spell Aid.
Oh wow!
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Counter
Dude.
spell.
Wait, what the?
No, father, no.
Don't touch him.
Keep your arcanum to yourself, dirty old
Did
man.
only Nick get aid from having this long speech with him?
Yeah, so
They got
he can only choose up to 3 creatures.
Pause.
So he chooses you 3. So you 3
Whoa,
will
I
receive
don't want
the
Aid.
benefits of Aid.
Wait, what?
Wait,
You
what?
you 3 receive the benefit of the Aid spell.
What?
And he can only choose 3. It's just he hasn't
No,
talked to you.
no, I don't want AIDS.
You're not getting Aid.
Spell.
I don't
It
want.
says spell.
I don't want
the spell
AIDS.
Aid. Well, you're not
Immediately.
getting. There's no diseases in this game other than mad monkey fever. So.
Is that a real
Wait,
disease?
really?
Oh yeah, diseases. There are diseases, but they're not. They're like crazy. They're
Yeah,
weird.
but chef don't judge.
So each of you
Chef
receive
judge.
a temporary
Damn,
hit.
Chef.
You receive a temporary hit point increase
What?
of 5 temporary hit points for the next 8 hours.
I magically spawn a ring of protection.
Was it 5 or
No.
8? I'm sorry, 5.
5.
Yeah,
5
but
hit,
we're about
yeah,
to-
5
we're about to go to
temporary hit
bed.
points. So if you take damage in the next 8 hours, the damage takes
No, we're not
damage
going
from the
to bed.
temporary hit points first before it touches your
Alright,
HP.
well, now we have to go amazing first. We can't sleep anymore.
And as after the spell is cast, and there's kind of like a shimmering light, there's like an effect to
Yeah,
it,
yeah, we have
and
to
it
go
kind of
now.
washes over you, and
What,
you
to
3
sleep?
actually, you receive the benefits, so you actually feel kind of like the blessing,
Why don't I bite into it?
and the cheese ball,
What the fuck is in
it
there?
looks over, what cheese balls did you get, because he stole it from him, and you see, after the spell's cast, he's like, what the fuck is this? Oh, that took a lot. I haven't done that in quite a bit, but blessed be the Oaken Father from
Thank you.
always being protective and gracious.
So, can I ask? Because I've never heard of the Open Father. Can I just ask like what the story of him is, where he came from, or
Depends on how much time you have.
I mean,
apparently to your friend, you guys have things to do, and I wouldn't wish to press you for too much time if it is
is
important.
there any written text on it?
None that we have here.
So
Lots of
you
these
know-
stories passed down
could you
from the
tell me-
We are
generations.
losing daylight.
Can you
We have
tell
to
me where
go
to
through
find any
goddamn
text
maze.
written on it?
I imagine from where you're from, you're
Oh,
where
I
the
can
people
use
are.
augury. Like which path?
Dang.
It tells us it's good.
That's
or
all I needed to know.
bad. Takes like 10
Alright,
minutes.
do we want to rest? Does anyone need to rest and
Something
get back
like that.
spells or anything, or are we all
Nah,
full,
we're
full
chill.
I think
rested?
we're fine. I
We're
mean,
full.
yeah.
Well, we're gonna
I could
finish
sleep.
dinner and then. No, you can't, dude. Why?
I like sleep.
No, you're a teacher.
We're gonna waste
Who
that
doesn't?
the 8 spell.
Sometimes I don't need my spells back.
Yeah,
I
but-
just want to sleep.
Dude, we're gonna lose aid, dude.
Oh no.
Wait, you don't have your spells back?
Yeah, you laugh, bro, but you need it.
No, I have no spells.
Oh.
I like
Alright, alright, party vote. Do we want to sleep or do we want to go now? Because the other thing too is it's about to be nighttime.
Go now.
There's more and more
I
mobs
mean-
at night.
You want to go through a maze in the dark?
Yeah.
That is kind of.
I have
everyone.
goggles, bro, and
Wha-
you can all see in the
While
dark.
you were dilly dallying and I was making
Everything's gray.
what is the word for lineage avenues? I don't know what I'm trying to say, but and regardless, I have a map drawn out, sort of. It's not the greatest, but I do understand that the maze goes from horizon to
Horizontal
Or
to
ho-
vertical. It's kind of into quadrants.
it goes from horizontal to vertical. It's cut up into little quadrants, so we can kind of understand if we're going the right way.
Wait, how'd you get him that?
Well, I climbed up a tree close by, and then I pulled out a piece of paper, and I drew what I was looking at.
Well, you've taken similar steps to what a lot of the young adventurers have tried, but I will tell you the same warning I've told your friends here. I've seen many a weary traveler enter that maze and none have returned.
How many dragons have they killed?
I never thought to ask.
Because we've killed about 6, right?
What?
Yeah.
Too many to count.
Has anyone tried to burn it down though before?
Oh, no one dares to harm it. It's nature. It's natural.
Looks like I gotta cast fireball.
It's fair.
Can you like shoot a hole through the
Well, I mean,
hedge?
that would harm it. That would harm it.
Dude, you're about to get some Harry Potter shit, and you're gonna get pulled into the maze if you do shit like that.
Maybe
Dude.
once they can't see us, we'll do it.
I mean, if it's at night, they're gonna see a huge,
Cast
you know.
fireball. You see these like arms come out and like grab him by the leg, flip him onto the ground, and just drag him in.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Everyone's sitting there with their swords out, like,
Who's next?
I'm retiring.
Alright, well,
I want to live in this town forever.
well, you all sit here. I finished eating my delicious pig, and I'm going to head to the maze.
Don't go in without us yet.
Oh, well.
I want to tip the chef though.
Yeah,
Me
can we
too.
pull the
Oh,
chef out? Can
I'd
we
like
call
to
him
say
out?
one more thing to him before I go too.
Yeah, see,
Sorry.
they go grab the chef, and he's like very young. You're thinking like 17, 18-ish, but half-orcs but physically mature a lot faster than humans, so he's like full man size. Broad-shouldered, again, tusked, black hair in a bun, got an apron. Or says, I hope the food was good. Hope you all enjoyed it.
It was delightful.
Good. Was
Oh.
the best goddamn thing.
Oh shit.
Pleasure. The pleasure's mine. His food he made.
I'm going
I
to
didn't make your food.
I'm going to lean in. Actually, I'm gonna pull him to the kitchen.
Yep,
I'm gonna say the food you had was delicious. I'm delighted, and I just wanted to say,
You see a glint in his eye, and you can see he's holding on to that tear. It is not gonna fall. You see, like, he's like,
I want you to get yourself some new utensils, and I'd like you to upgrade and as much as you can to make sure that you can only cook the best. And I'm going to hand him the rest of the money that I really have that's important, which is 5 platinum.
yep. Thank you.
You guys break down, dude. Come on, more. Break him.
And
And he just gives you a big hug. He gives you a big old hug, and then you hear like the as he gives you the hug. He goes, "Thank you. I really appreciate that. My mum said I wasn't gonna make it in life. Prove it wrong."
I better see him on Hell's Kitchen.
They're just seeing else.
I have 300.
He meets the Dean Gordon Ramsay, eats a pork chop. It's so bloody raw, I can hear it squealing. Just start bawling.
No, not this half orc, dude.
I have 300 copper and 27 silver to my name.
Dude, can I have a silver?
And when we leave the tavern, I'm gonna start handing silver to people and say, this silver is from the new tavern called Greenleaf up the hill. They renamed or rebranded. Also, they're giving free meals out. And then, as everyone that I walk by,
You see, you'll say you're able to maybe at the time get out about 15 silvers worth. 15 people would be good. And it's like, honestly, it's like
A lot of patronage.
5 families. A bunch of families, 5 families of 3, golden.
I mean, that's a decent.
That's a decent group. Very
fill
family
it up.
structure here.
Fill it up.
The
You guys
5.
officially make it to the edge of the hedge maze, and you can see kind of like the initial entrance. So these 2 like stone statues.
How tall is it?
Yeah.
Boris is
The
just
hedge maze
predicting his
the hedge
death.
maze is tall.
He's getting
Like,
rid of everything
it's
else.
vastly taller than you. You're looking at roughly
30 feet?
no, not 30, not 30. 20 feet. 20 feet.
Oh. I could misty step and like walk on top.
Yeah, if you can walk on the
Can you make
bush.
that? How
Oh,
wide are the
you're right.
passageways?
The
I forgot
passageways
it's a
could
bush.
stand 2 abreast.
2 abreast.
So you guys each take about 5 foot square if you're talking like numbers.
I mean, you could probably make it. Yeah, you could make a 10-foot jump.
Oh no, mazes. I turned
My
into a
dex?
bird.
Yeah, 10-foot jump,
You
dude.
turn to a bird.
Why don't you turn into something big enough that can carry us? Like a
You
big
could have
bird.
flown over, dude.
That's what I'm doing.
Wait, what are you now?
Can't you like
Just
dig a
a
tunnel?
Why don't you
Dig
turn into
tunnel
a big
for us,
bird?
bro. Dig a tunnel for
Big
us.
bird.
Yeah,
I
bro.
turned into big
Dude,
bird.
turn into
No,
a
like-
gopher and dig a bunch of
dude,
tunnels
dude,
like, on
I'm
top
gonna
of
go
each
under.
other.
Dude,
I
you,
can look over the.
Because you can dig tunnels for
you could
us.
turn
dude.
into a. I swear there's probably a big flying mountain.
What about
you
like
could
a
turn into.
pterodactyl?
Alright, you know what, guys? Listen, all we have to do is be smarter than the hedge. And then I start walking into the hedge.
What?
And let's go.
I'm gonna
come
follow
on.
Hack
Come
on.
on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Okay.
Because I
Are
ain't
you
leaving
flying
Hack
in the
on
air?
the maze alone.
It's nighttime, right?
No, it's like just at the peak of the sunset.
Or are you just
Sunset.
yourself?
Wait,
Can-
where's
can
My
my
goggles are
goldfish?
red.
For theatrical purposes, can
He
we say the
wears goggles.
sunset is like on the horizon of the entrance to the gate, and then like the gates close, and then the
There's
sun
no gate.
sets?
It's just an open
walk
hedge
in.
maze. Yeah, like you just walk in.
Oh God.
Yeah, come on, dude. What are you scared of? It's a bunch of trees.
I'm gonna pull out some of the. Fuck! I don't have any food.
At the end of the day,
Yeah,
man,
you
you
give it
got
away.
fireball.
Wait, can I have brought the wine?
And you can misty step
Because I
any
have
time.
bag of holding.
Yeah, you,
Oh,
yeah, you
Ethan.
do.
They would have corked it.
I'm gonna
Bag
drink.
holding?
Yeah.
Hey,
Wait,
Bobby,
can I?
big
If I
man.
drink a potion of jump, can I jump over the hedge walls?
You didn't know
Jump
that?
in, jump in, dude.
It depends on what
Right.
your high jump is.
What is it based off of? My strength?
Dude, you won't give it to me, dude.
Can I use it
The
based
bag
off
of
my
holding?
dex?
Yeah.
I'm keeping it for myself.
Damn it.
Nick, bro.
What?
If I give you this potion of jump to jump over the hedge walls, bro, you gotta carry me on your back, dude.
Can I do it?
Pull an Edward Cullen.
So your high jump is based off of, so it's 3 plus your strength modifier if you move at least 10 feet immediately before you jump.
Oh, dude, I can only get up to
How can
8.
you do that?
Fuck. Never mind.
Well, hold on, because now we got to add the spell to it.
What's the spell at?
The potion?
Because that gives you the spell jump,
So what's yours, 8 then?
Yeah, 8 plus whatever the spell is.
and the jump potion triples that distance.
So 24.
Well, can we even stand on top of it?
Well, he did. I think, right? Didn't you stand
No.
on top?
It was on a tree, nearby tree.
Oh. Yeah, that's the other thing, too. I mean, can we walk into it?
Wait, so it's
How
just
thick is it?
it's just his strength
Yeah,
modifier.
They're pretty thick.
It's
They're
his
pretty
strength
thick.
modifier plus 3.
I'm gonna grab something.
But
Real
it's
quick.
gonna
I will
be
be right
big
back.
if
You
you
guys
walk through
discuss
the
whether or
maze.
not you want to drink that potion. I'll be right back.
I just want to walk through the maze. I think it would be fun to just walk through the
Damn,
maze.
only if that dude gave us the 8 spell
why are
in
you
the
guys so
morning.
apprehensive about walking through the maze? Because all we're gonna have to do is roll for survival checks or
Something's-
investigation.
I feel like those vines might grab us, or something's gonna
Yeah,
grab
but
us.
we'll just stand 2 by 2, bro. It'll be
we
fine.
watch
You
the
walk in the
Harry
front
Potter.
so that nothing can grab
Yeah,
you.
right.
Who's scared? Who's scared? You two.
I'm scared.
You
Yeah,
two
me
can-
too.
All right, you guys can all walk in front of me, and I'll make sure nothing joins you.
What? Why would we go first?
Huh?
Right?
Why would you?
You're in for
What do
fun.
we want to
Dude,
go
but what
behind?
happens if you get grabbed from behind and I don't hear it?
That's on you. No, just kidding.
You guys have shields, bro. If anything comes in the front, you get a shield.
Alright, I'm just gonna start walking down the maze because I'm kind of irritated by all the waiting at this point.
Well, we gotta decide as a group.
Well, I already waited for you guys in the tree, so I'm just
Well,
gonna
we
start
gotta
walking.
decide
So
as
you're
a
in the
group.
front.
I'm gonna assume that everyone's gonna follow behind me when I start walking, so I'm just gonna start walking.
Who wants to go first?
Just wait. Hold a seal for you guys.
I'm gonna hold the paper in my hand while I'm walking down, and I'm just gonna start like following along like
You're
the,
just gonna
the
let him
horizon,
walk?
the horizontal path.
Well, the
South?
the part you're in right now is a lot more vertical because it's
How
the
long are we
entrance.
So then I should be going vertical.
Just enough so we get.
Well, this is one of the areas where it's a lot more vertical. So you know you're in one of the quadrants that's vertical. So you know kind of the way that you're going to be moving. Your investigation wasn't high enough to determine like the solution to the hedge maze. You're just able to determine that there is a quadrant.
If I
how
look
to
at
do
his
it.
map, can I help him with the investigation?
You would have had to have spent the time with him.
Oh, dang it.
Because to find the solution
Come
of
on,
this
you
maze,
Jay.
that's going to be incredibly difficult to do. So that the DC was just too high. So you just have a good idea of how the hedge maze naturally looks and works.
I'm gonna try and play with the maze, and I'm gonna stab at the wall and see if it does anything.
You're gonna do what to the wall?
Stab it.
Hell
With your rapier?
Yeah.
You stab the wall.
Wait, actually, can I use? I'm gonna use the dragon tooth knife, just in
Forgot
case
you
it
still
takes
had
it
that.
away.
Okay.
In case if it takes it away.
Pull out your blade
Actually, I'm gonna throw it.
yeah. Come on, be
What?
Chad, use your rapier.
at the hedge.
Yeah,
Use
because
your
I don't want to
fist.
go close enough to stab it, just in case it gets angry.
You toss it at the.
I'm gonna use the
You
bag.
don't need to
I
hurl
follow
it. You toss it at the at the hedge, and it kind
I
of
jumped
it gets
through a
stuck
wall.
in between like some of the
Whoa.
branches. You can see it's very well trimmed for the fact that it's
I
been
follow Catre.
historically abandoned, and the it gets kind of stuck in there. You can see where it is. It's evident like where the tooth of the dragon's dagger's at, but it doesn't go through it, and it doesn't look like anything's taking it.
I'm gonna grab it.
Just reaching.
Can
it.
I
Well, I meant I'm
to
gonna
him?
grab it and then I'm gonna and cut down straight through it.
What?
Okay, well, I mean, it's a dagger, and you're cutting through kind of like it's not like this isn't a solid object. Like it's a hedge maze, so like you would need something to like cut through it.
Can I just cut
Oh,
holes
wait.
through the
A dagger
wall?
wouldn't be a good option.
No, I have, because I just ran up to you, because I don't want you to just, go by yourself. I can try to use my red water blade.
Sure.
Okay.
Can I try?
Yeah.
I just,
Uncork and slash open, and it cuts through a huge portion of kind of like this wall, and you can tell it's able to cut enough that you guys would be able to kind of move through.
do you know where you're going?
Kind of.
Now
Well,
I catch up.
We'll figure it out
Yeah,
together.
you catch up, and they're moving from one side of the hedge maze to the other, like going through it.
We're not, yeah.
It
I'm really
appears as if they've cut a hole into the hedge maze, and they are walking through it.
Does it start to like fill back up or something?
No, you see.
So we're not using the maze as it was designed.
Can I
Nute and I are just cutting right through the
To
maze.
the
I'm gonna
center.
pull out. Fucking. No, you know what? I'm gonna cast. What's the spell that lets me
What?
figure out if
Augury.
course of action is good? Can I cast augury?
Should it
Pull
take 10
my
minutes?
bones out, and no, does it take?
It does
one?
take 10 minutes.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
because I have it too.
I'm gonna take 10 minutes then.
10
And I'm gonna.
I would check with them, and if you guys
Well, I mean,
look at
you-
it, 10 minutes.
How can you?
Well, I mean, we're already cutting
Where did you go?
through.
Are you with
Minutes
them?
to
Did you,
check
did you
up
follow
that,
them? Okay, well I'm following them too. Then.
Okay.
That's fine. I'm gonna walk behind
Okay.
them. You guys.
We're
hacking
cutting
away.
right through the wall.
Yeah.
Hack away.
Okay, you cut through the first wall and just pathway on your left, pathway on your right, and kind of just, you're
Shall
Should
we
just
keep
aim
cutting?
for the center?
Sure.
Okay. I just keep cutting. Yeah.
cutting. On the third cut, and fitting your way through, as you kind of step through that pathway, you all notice movement up on the tower.
Huh.
It draws your attention. You all look. There's a human male dressed in black robes which stands on a balcony, waving something over his head, and actually it appears as if he's waving towards you. It's hard to make out the
Guy.
details from this distance, but you imagine it could be a blue mask.
Oh, what?
Distance is far, so the voice is faint. But he screams out, "Heroes! They saw you in the village. I've taken the mask, but they'll realize it's missing within minutes.
I saw you in the village.
Look for me beneath the tower, for it's the only place I have a chance to hide. This is the key that will let you teleport into the dungeon." As he speaks, he holds aloft a second item, some sort of white, glimmering hourglass. "I will leave it behind after I use it, but others may find it before you do." The speaker looks over his shoulder, and you see another figure suddenly dash out onto the balcony. A flash of blades and spellfire erupts. Then the figure who spoke pitches his attacker over the railing before dashing back inside, and his body crumples against the floor.
So the attacker died, right?
The attacker died.
Okay.
Damn.
Wait, did he fall like in front of us?
That's Iskandar.
No, you guys are in the
Iskandar,
maze.
wait for
There's
us.
still like a distance
I
between the
know.
edge of the maze and the tower.
Can we just start cutting directly towards the tower? Let's
Yeah.
just keep going. Hakon, help us. You're much better at
I
this
know.
than
I-
us.
I can't do this
Your
myself.
name is Hakon, for
My-
Lord's
Can I
sake.
run through it?
My arm's getting tired.
What?
The hedge.
No, it's solid enough where you couldn't run through.
Dude,
it.
you've got this
Alright,
big ass
dude,
sword and your
alright,
name
dude.
is
No,
Hakon.
I'm gonna take out my axes, dude, and I'm gonna
Okay.
double hack with the
Yeah,
axes,
sure.
dude.
Um,
Yeah.
you cut through 5 hedge walls.
Uh-oh.
And interestingly enough, when you exit the 5th one, there's just a singular road and it cuts in front of you. It leads forward. It's no longer like a what would be from your perspective a side by side pathway that splits, just a singular pathway. And it opens up into an intersection where you see 8 paths converge symmetrically
Into this one.
into a point. You can see Xonthal's tower dead ahead above the hedge wall, but the way the paths curve, There's no telling which one might lead to it. There's a sundial, which stands in the center of the intersection. The shadow from its gnomon pointing straight towards the tower, which is highly odd because the sun isn't behind you. Your shadows point in the proper direction, only the sundial shadow points ahead. So I would like you, for the sake of directions, I would like the arrow to point towards the wall. And that will be where the tower is located, and that's what you see.
And that's where the sun's pointed to.
That is where the sundial's pointing.
Perfect.
Huh. Can I inspect the sundial?
Yeah, can I make an investigation check?
We will have you make an investigation check in just a moment. We'll actually go ahead and take a break before we get started on the sundial.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and just take a quick, we'll take a tenor.
Right on back.
Take a tenor, we'll be right on back.
Tanner.
Just to give you guys a chance to... Be right back, right?
And see.
Hello.
Sorry.
Your favorite
Hey,
elf.
the camera got
With
you
another-
joined.
We're back with
Oh, did it?
Yeah, we're good.
what did it do?
Nothing. We're good.
I
We're good.
messed it up. No, it's fine.
We're fine.
All right.
Jeez, Omar.
So, as you guys cut your way through this hedge maze and appear at this intersection with the sundial, again, the arrow pointing towards the wall indicates the direction in which Xonthal's tower is. But that arrow also indicates where the shadow of the sundial is pointing to.
Perception
on.
or
I
investigation
need
check
you
on
to-
the sundial.
Go for it.
Rep-
Yes, what are you doing? Yeah.
Now I need you to repeat what you just said.
It's a nat 20, baby.
Your
Can you?
investigation. Yeah.
No, can you repeat what you said?
Oh, just so the arrow,
Yeah.
it's two things. One, in the direction of the arrows where Xonthal's tower is, like you can
Okay.
see it off in the distance.
Okay.
For location wise. Two, the shadow of the sundial is pointing in that direction, so it actually stretches across the dirt.
Can I now?
Where's the
I
moon?
want to
No,
know.
the sun's not behind you.
Where's the moon? Is
Oh,
there
I
a
pull
moon
out
or is
my
the sun
bones.
setting?
The sun is setting.
Can I arcane?
Wait,
Yeah,
Ethan.
make an Arcana check.
I pull out my bones and
What
cast
what
Audrey.
what does okay, actually can I whisper something to you, because I have an idea and I don't need you to tell me, but I just want to whisper this just in case I am right, so I can feel cool about myself. Is that okay?
Well, I mean, I don't think you need to whisper it to me.
But I don't want any I want to see what this investigation check tells me. Okay. My guess right now is that whatever direction the sun is facing, whatever pathway, that's the pathway we have to go down, and it'll bring us to Xonthal's tower. That's my guess.
Are you saying to go the opposite way?
No, whatever. If say the sun's like this way, then we go down that pathway because the sundial is pointing towards the tower.
Okay.
That's my guess. But
Okay.
I got a nat 20 on my investigation check for the
You
sundial.
got an at 20. So
Wait.
with that investigation check,
Oh god, what is that?
And that one,
Are you for real?
yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna use my inspiration.
No, don't. It's not
no.
worth. It's not
Fine,
worth.
fine.
It's an
Okay.
you're gonna roll an
investigation.
Arcana?
I got an 8.
An 8.
Damn it.
So your investigation check, what you're able to kind of formulate based off of what you see, is that there's a very large likelihood that this maze is not entirely what it seems. The sun is not in the position for the sundial shadow to be in the direction it is. In fact, because again, like I mentioned, your shadows function perfectly normal. They actually obey the laws of physics that would, follow the sunlight hitting your guys' body. As to what it means, as of right now, I would say with this particular pattern, it really is a good guess that the sundial might be pointing you in the direction of Xonthal's tower, and you do feel pretty confident that that is the case. It does appear to be some form of puzzle.
Right. If it's not the sun directly, then I would say it's possibly whatever direction that the sundial would be pointing with a regular shadow might be the pathway that we go down.
What is your question with Augury?
Well, are there pieces of it that move? Or that look
Yeah,
like-
can I go up to the dial?
Well, no, I mean, truthfully, what I really want to know with Augury is the results of following the direction where in which the actual shadow is cast, regardless of the sun's position. So straightforward, right? Because that's where the shadow is.
You would get, I think it's,
Wheel for good and woe for bad.
which one's for,
For
not
both.
necessarily neither. Just wheel and woe.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
believe
so you would get that. You would get wheel and woe.
Can I walk up to the sundial?
Yeah. walk up
You-
to
See
wait,
if I
what was
could
that
try
for?
to.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't.
It doesn't
feel.
move?
Yeah, it feels firm.
My
In fact, it appears as if it actually grows out of the ground. So like the actual base of it, while it's a stone segment, like at the top, it's almost like built weirdly into kind of like a stumped pillar.
Now, is there any writing on it? Is there anything on the dial?
Not on the dial, no. So it just functions like a normal dial. Kind of counts
Okay.
the time.
When he stands there, which can I tell which direction the sun shadow would be pointing? on
Yeah,
the
you would
sun-
just look down to your shadow, and you would know that it's not in the proper direction. Now,
Is it pointing towards any pathway?
at the current moment, I would say, based on the sun's position, from my perspective, the left, like just the left pattern.
This one?
No, that would be like the diagonal left.
This one?
Yeah,
Okay, what about the sun regularly?
that is the sun regularly.
Okay. Okay, then I'm gonna go down that
Oh, so this is
pathway.
where the sun is?
That's where your shadows are pointing.
Oh, so the sun's here.
Yeah, that's where your shadows are pointing, and then the sundial shadows pointing straight ahead.
I'm gonna. 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 I'm g I'm gonna try going down the pathway of the sun first.
Okay. You start walking there.
Wait.
It actually stretches for quite a while. As like if you're walking through it alone, it does kind of go on for a bit.
So
Like it would take a sec. Like you would be
can
walking for a while.
can I attempt to manipulate any part of this sundial? Does any of it?
No, he's already checked it. It doesn't seem to
None of
move.
it moves. So what about the hole that the sunlight should be going through on it? Where is that facing right now?
The sun.
Because you're
So what you're saying is the direction in which the sun should be pointing it to.
yeah.
The leftmost pathway. The one
That's
that
the
goes.
direction it should be pointing it
Yeah, that's
to.
the direction it should be pointing. That's
That's
where
where
your
he's
shadows are
walking
going.
right
No, I'm walking down this one.
The opposite one?
You want that one?
You're
I
walking
thought you
through
were
this one?
walking down the one that the.
Oh, wait.
The
sundial
sun's
one.
going down this one.
Okay. Wait, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
And he's walking in the direction that the sundial shadow is pointing.
Does it make it? Oh fuck. I don't know.
Can I?
I mean, at this rate, you're still walking, so you're walking, and there seems to be no end. Like it curves, so you could, when you're walking in a hedge maze, like, and you're actually following the pathway, it curves to a degree. Like the paths just naturally have a curvature to them, which still doesn't make sense based off like the quadrant style. So you can only see roughly about 15 feet in front of you before, obviously, you know, like that's kind of like how segmented you can see based on the curvature.
Can I try the? Can I
Ladder
walk
theory.
through this one
You
in
want-
between both of them?
guys, I don't know that we should be
Because
splitting up and trying all the
one's going
different
this
paths.
way and the shadow's going that way.
Yeah.
What if? Can I try walking through this one?
Why?
You could try.
But can I ask you why?
I mean,
Well, you're
one's-
not there, so you guys would have to be the one to ask him why.
Yeah, I don't think that we should go walking off without getting more of an understanding of this.
Just why is there a magical shadow pointing towards the tower? Like we can see the tower without that pointing at it.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to ascertain what would happen if we followed this peculiar shadow, and I got good and bad feelings about it. But, you know, looking at the sundial, it looks like it should be pointing in the direction that Boris went, so I'm kind of torn.
No, it is
Right.
pointing in the direction that our Boris went.
That's what I'm saying.
It
Like,
should be pointing in the opposite direction.
No,
or
I meant
some
to-
other direction.
No, I meant to go in the direction that the sundial should be. Like, I'm trying to follow the direction of the sun.
Okay, so you're not going in the direction of the sundial.
Wait, no, I was not I was trying to go in the direction of the clue that I deduced.
What clue did you deduce?
That this is a clue that the direction the sundial, when the sundial is pointing to the tower, that the sundial means that the sun is our path, but because it's pointing to the tower, it's indicating that that the sun is our path to the tower. So I wanted to go to the direction of the sun.
Okay. Okay, so you're going. He's going left, perpendicular wise.
So the okay.
perpendicular wise. Straight left.
Why would the sun be the path?
Cause I don't know, it's just a guess. Cause there's a
Well, because
sundial.
if it's
Well-
a sundial, I mean,
What I'm thinking too
It-
is, because like one shadow's going that way, one shadow's going that way. I'm either thinking it's this path in between, or maybe this is like an arrow with the shadows to go this way. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know.
Do we know
but,
if the maze changes or not?
I mean, we cut through.
You know, there's quadrants that change directionality. That's all you know.
Oh,
That's what
so
I'm
the
saying, like,
quadrant
I-
change?
No, the quadrants are different. So, like, one quadrant is more vertical,
because
and it cuts against
Correct
the
me
grain,
if I'm wrong.
and then another quadrant's more
correct me if I'm
horizontal.
wrong, but the
So there's a
sundial,
difference in what quadrant you're in, but they don't shift, if that's what you're asking.
Oh.
The
Like, you
sundial-
didn't watch them physically move, so you don't know if anything changes. This is all you know.
the sundial is supposed to tell like the time of day, right?
Yes, it's supposed to tell the time of day.
So, it's a built stone structure. Does it have multiple different holes which the sun will poke through to shine in a certain direction to tell you the time of day? Is that how it functions? Can I ascertain how this sundial functions? Like, how does it tell you the time of day?
Because of the fact that the sundial is not following the direction of the sun, you have no idea how this sundial
I
functions.
see.
And the fact that it is disobeying
So what happens?
the laws of physics.
What happens if I try to block all of the ways which the sunlight could shine through?
Nothing would change.
Nothing would change.
Yeah. And you could do that to test it, and the shadow would still kind of move off in the direction of the tower.
See, I've got an ominous feeling. I think we're all.
You're still walking, by the way.
I think the shadow is the way to go. It doesn't seem like it would just be there without any kind of reason.
That's where I'm.
On top of the fact that that guy shouted for us on top of the tower. It just seems a little convenient, but also like we should still be very cautious about what's going on here, you know?
Which path did you use Augury in?
The one forward, the one with the ominous shadow.
And that wasn't like
It was good and
I was
bad.
unsure.
Now, at about this time, Arboris, you actually returned to the same location, but you're on the side opposite of where you left.
So he came back in right here?
Mhm.
Okay.
Well,
I think that
fix that.
gives us confidence. Yeah, let's go.
How did you?
And then,
That doesn't confuse you guys at all?
no.
For me, it does.
You know how many times we've looped back around before in different dungeons, man? This ain't nothing new.
We're probably gonna go. We're gonna pop back. Blah.
And now,
Pop
as
up
you
right
guys
here.
as you guys are looking back at the path that you cut your way through, it doesn't look like a path that you've cut your way through. It looks like one of the other normal pathways. Like it's just long, it extends in curves.
That's what I'm saying. Can I look? There's none of the other paths look any different.
They
They
all
all
similar.
look the same. That's what I'm saying.
Only
Can
this
I-
one.
Can I walk down this one?
Why?
Yeah, you
Why?
can
Why?
walk down
Wait,
that
wait,
one.
wait. Where are you going? Why?
You just walked. I mean, why can't I?
Yeah, I mean we're. Well, that guy seemed to sound. It sounded like we needed to get to that mask before someone else did.
No,
We don't really have the. I mean. All right, we'll be here. I'm gonna keep investigating them while he walks.
I'm walking.
Okay. You walk.
I mean, I think we should try out the shadow at least.
I'm
Can I
about to
jog?
Yeah, you can jog.
Because I don't want to take too long, you know.
Right.
Because if he circles back around to us, then that eliminates these two and these two.
Can I
Not,
turn
not
to a
those
woodpecker?
two.
I know where he comes
These
You know,
two.
dude, turn
Because
into
I'm
a
going
horse.
through this one. So if I pop up right here,
Well, I was thinking
then it's one of the
woodpecker
other
is faster,
ones.
isn't it?
Nah, horse.
In about half the time it took Arboris to kind of, re-enter, he does it similarly, but he comes out of the same path he walked in from.
what?
That confuses you.
I'm gonna look like what the?
I'm
Can I
going.
turn into a cheetah and run down the shadow?
Yeah.
I'm gonna run.
Alright, guys.
Whoa! Don't go down there.
I'm gonna
If you're
run down the
explore
path.
any of them. Don't
I'm
explore
gonna run down the
scary
path
shadow.
opposite of the
Testing
shadow.
it out.
Okay.
I'm gonna run down this path.
We're
That's-
all
that's the
running.
first one.
We're all running in this place.
No, I ran down this. Wait, which path did I run down the first time?
This one.
That one.
That one.
Okay, I'm gonna run down this path.
That's where
Okay.
you came back.
What are you doing?
Me?
Wait.
You could sit there and just wait. And
Ethan,
see where we
can I
go.
stand in the sundial? I'm gonna change my mind and turn back around and run back.
Okay. Yeah, you turn around and run back.
And then I'm going to
There's no back.
stand in the middle of the sundial, and where's my shadow facing?
The same direction.
And it doesn't let me rotate it at all?
No, the sundial's immovable.
Wait, so our shadows are normal though to the sun?
Yes, your shadows are normal.
And my shadow is facing this way?
No, the other way. Opposite.
Fuck. And the sun is this way?
Yes.
We figured
I'm gonna
out.
run towards the sun.
Okay. What do you do?
Sit
At about this
there
point,
in
you have
frustration.
From which
Oh,
path?
No one is listening.
From this one. So I've gone from this one, and I came back
The
from the
path
same
that
one.
the path that
Huh?
you just have come back from, because you went down that one, is you come back from the path that he just ran down.
This one? What?
Do they pass each other?
No.
So now you've seen him return.
So you're back.
From right here now. But I was over
You
here.
keep running.
Yeah, it was a long path.
Yeah, it's a cheetah. You're sprinting.
I'm running, by the way.
Then I'm taking this path now.
Okay. As you go to walk down that path, or Boris is running out of it.
Then I'm gonna turn around.
Okay.
Which path did you just run out?
I,
From?
On this one
Flux
over
has
here.
not returned.
Can I clap? I want to.
Which one did Oh, I'm gonna run down this middle one. Cause you're a cheetah, bro. Lux is still gone, and he ran down where the sundial is pointing.
Right
Wait,
down.
you
I'm
went
trying
down
to
the
find
middle
it.
path?
Yeah.
He hasn't
Yeah.
returned yet.
All right, yeah. Let's go. Let's go catch him. We'll all go down the middle path.
Okay.
Well, it could be a
Y'all-
long path.
You all go down the middle path, and as you guys are walking through it together, you have officially reached another intersection. Now, it took time, but you reach another intersection, and you take a second to turn around, realizing that you've been running for like 2 minutes, and your allies are just right behind you. They just walk out. You guys all walk out into an intersection together. This intersection is slightly different, as the sun pattern.
So we have to travel together then, huh?
The sun pattern does look different. So if you want to put it down, there's actually 2 shadows now coming off the sun pattern.
So we came up like.
Like just behind him. Like seconds behind him.
So then we should travel together then if we're gonna go down a path. Because if you took so long and then we just hopped up right behind you, I feel like it should be a group decision then.
So now we have the sun over here, and there's a shadow over here. And our
Correct.
shadows are backwards.
Wait, what's this one now? Is this the direction of
That's
the tower?
also that's
Yeah.
another shadow.
Oh,
That's
this is
another
so. This is
shadow.
the direction
They
of the
both have
tower, and
shadows.
that's the shadow.
They both have
No,
shadows.
they both.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's two shadows. There's two sundial shadows.
I'm gonna go down the middle.
Yeah,
one.
me too. Let's all go down there then.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'm gonna wait right here.
Okay.
Watch them come back.
Yeah, you guys walk down that path.
Nick, last time we
Minute.
wouldn't all go until you.
Yeah,
2 minutes.
we have to
Dude,
travel
come
together.
on, Nick, bro. Nick,
minutes.
this is what happened last
I
time,
go,
Nick.
I go,
Okay.
I go.
You walk in for roughly a few seconds, and you guys meet another intersection. And just a second later, Akon's behind you.
Is it the same intersection?
It is the same intersection, but it does look slightly different.
Oh
This time there are 3, and the two kind of winged ones are in different directions.
I think we should try to go down this one together, maybe. Because it'll be, regardless of where we go, even if it's the wrong one, I feel like
Is this where we came from?
shit. No, technically we would have come from the shadow one.
yeah.
I think.
Wait, this?
No. The bottom left. Yeah, I think.
We come up from this pathway?
Bottom left.
No, you guys come up from the bottommost pathway.
Okay.
Yeah, every time you guys are entering a new intersection, you're coming up from the bottommost.
Oh.
Okay.
What the hell?
And the direction never changes. So even though you guys have, you guys went diagonally right, you guys are coming in as if you're coming in from the bottom.
Where's
What
our
happens
shadow?
if I turn around and run back?
And then the direction.
Is it the same sundial?
Same sundial. Yeah, everything looks the same. The distance from the tower looks the same. The only difference is that the shadows are in different directions.
Can I make a marking on the sundial?
What type of marking would you like to make?
Just my initials.
With what?
My knife.
I'm gonna place one of the elven wines on there too, like next to
Okay.
the dial.
Shall we try running back?
I mean, why not?
We should at least travel together.
No, we can go back.
There's no point not
We
to.
run back
What do you mean by back? Which direction are you heading?
Yeah.
towards the direction we came. Yeah, the very middle.
Okay. You guys turn around and walk opposite the direction of the tower. Within 15 feet, you open up into a new intersection. This intersection is also distinctly different.
Cool.
As
we did
now, the shadows they make a full X, pointing in the corner directions of this intersection. As you approach the sundial, the markings are gone, and so is your wine.
it. Does the sundial, this one move?
This one does not move, but the shadows upon it, as you look at the face of the sundial, which is looking for your initials, the shadows on the sundial begin to start slowly rotating around the face of the sundial. They spin a bit faster and faster, becoming shorter. And in fact, you guys begin to watch as the shadows shrink in from the corners that they're pointing in. But you can look on the sundials; they're spinning like rapidly until the sundial shows eventually no shadow at all, as it almost feels like it's sucking the shadows back in.
Huh?
Can I, wait, so like in the little crevice is where they suck the shadows in?
Well, they're gone. It just I'm using that as like theatrical. Like it looks like the sundial is
Oh.
sucking them in.
Yeah, the shadow just.
Yeah, they just recede and then they disappear.
But they're pointed in these directions?
Yeah, they're pointing in those 4 directions. When you walked in, they eventually on the sundial began spinning
Where's
all over the place.
our shadow?
Your shadow's same direction, same still pointing left.
Oh, right. Okay.
The tower is still directly, in direction of the wall.
In this sundial, we can't move either.
No, the sundial you cannot move. It's not movable.
Maybe now we should try walking in the direction of our own shadow, since we have none other to lead us. The X leads us right to the sundial. The sun is our answer this time, possibly.
We can try.
I don't know.
The worst thing is we can return back to where we were.
Yeah, we can try.
How? How do we go back?
It always ends in a loop.
Yeah, weird loops.
It's fine. We don't have a lot of time.
So we go this way?
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, we go in the direction of our shadow. We
Yeah.
can-
I'm still a cheetah.
You go what direction? The direction that your
of our
shadows
This
are
one,
pointing?
yeah.
All four of you?
Yeah.
Okay. You walk 15 feet until the path curves. And you emerge from the path into an area far larger than any open area you expected to have encountered in the maze garden, in which an area you did not see of this size. The rectangular space must be 90 feet across and its far side almost 150 feet away. It looks like a boulder-strewn pasture with a large pond to one side and a fenced vegetable garden and an oversized cotton on the other. Sheep graze in the pasture, tended by a pair of cyclopses, but none of them are moving. They all appear frozen in time.
What? Do we see the tower from here?
Yeah. The tower is, oddly enough, kind of still in the same direction since you guys walked in this way. This is the way that you're looking, and the tower is still that way. Based off of the room, right? So,
It's like it looks
Tower's
like
still
the
that
tower
way.
moved with us, or?
well,
Or is
it
it,
feels
like,
like you
still-
guys went with the actual maze for once.
Does it
So
look,
it feels like everything is moving naturally.
does it look like there's any traps? Can I roll a perception?
None that you can see.
Wait, so the sheeps are frozen, the cyclops?
Oh, the sheep are grazing. It's the cyclops that are.
What are they doing?
The cyclops are not moving.
Can
The sheep are grazing. The
can I
cyclops
tell
are just.
what's happening with them? Like,
Yeah,
how
what are
they're
they
frozen?
doing?
From here, no. They're just by the sheep.
Can I call the sheep over?
Make an animal handling check.
Oh, welcome to
Ooh.
the Cyclops.
You walk up. Okay.
Can I go with him?
Yeah, you can. Give me a second here.
Sniffing.
Money.
An 11.
An 11. You whistle towards the sheep in order to get their attention, see if you can entice one to come over. Unfortunately, the sheep don't seem to pay any attention. They're not maybe like domestically trained, so there's nothing that really kind of grabs them. Now, as you two begin to walk towards the sheep and the cyclopses, the creatures suddenly spring to life. The cyclopses.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to do that.
The cyclopses immediately begin to start to chatter idly. Does anyone know Giant?
Yeah,
I do.
Okay, so they are speaking in Giant. It takes just a brief moment before, as they notice you, they exchange a few unheard words between them, and then start to play some sort of game that is comparable to like rock, paper, scissors. One of them loses, and both the Cyclopses begin to approach you now. They don't appear to be carrying any weapons. When they're within roughly maybe 20 feet of you, you guys give a stop, and they give a stop. The one that lost the game scoops up a small boulder from the ground. Remember, it's like a boulder-hewn pasture. Scoops the boulder from the ground, gestures towards you all. He then looks downfield, pulls this boulder back, and heaves it. It flies roughly 100 feet. It bounces and rolls maybe another 20 feet. Both Cyclopses then turn and look at you, expectingly. The boulders at this end of the field are roughly about 2 feet in diameter, and they're big.
He wants us to throw it.
I bet.
I drink a potion of enlarge.
Okay, you down a bottle, a potion of enlarge, and you do get bigger.
I'm gonna go up to them. I'm gonna say, "Isn't it only fair in Giant? Isn't it only fair to play rock, paper, scissors?"
I'm gonna throw a boulder.
That's not the game. The game here is boulder throw. So you have to throw the boulder. We were deciding which game we were going to play.
When he goes to throw the boulder, is there any way I could shoot an arrow to try and make it go farther or anything? By like,
No,
I don't know.
it's a boulder.
I'm trying, man.
Inspiration.
Is it athletics check or?
So you go to pick up, try to pick up the boulder.
Uh-huh.
It weighs 500 pounds. You are unable to lift it.
What if I drink another potion of enlarge?
No.
They don't stop.
Alright.
You are incapable. Even in
How
your
big-
enlarged form.
how big
Not
is
in your
this,
enlarged
guys?
form?
Can
The
you tell me
Cyclopses?
something?
They're Cyclopses.
How many feet tall is that?
Giant.
20?
Giant.
How
Big.
tall? How tall do I get with a potion of enlarge?
Not big. Not that big.
Damn. Alright, guys, I need some.
I'd say maybe like
I need a buff.
9, 10 feet.
9, 10
It's the
feet, dude.
strongest thing.
Huh?
All I can think is gorilla.
Dude, just use magic.
Can I take a pebble?
There's no pebbles to be found.
There's no pebbles.
No pebbles.
Can I chip one of the boulders and create a pebble?
Sure.
And
With what?
my knife.
And
And
Alright, realize.
hatchet?
Huh?
that would be an option. Make the flathead.
Well, realizing
It's
I
fine.
can't, realizing that I can't pick
Is
up
it a
this boulder to
magic
throw
dagger?
it. Can I try to cut the boulder?
No.
You break your dagger.
I'm going to, while they're distracted, I'm going to try and hide on one of the sheep's bellies.
Okay.
Can I try to cut the boulder with my red water blade?
I'm rolling a stealth.
It does not break.
Can I try with Hazaron?
Huh?
Can I try with Hazaron?
It does not crack.
No.
In fact,
Shit.
as the blade scrapes against the stone, you hear like this, "Ugh! Do not fling me against stone."
Alright, I'm sorry.
I got a 27 for stealth on the sheep.
You are laying underneath the sheep.
Hell yeah. Stealthily.
Can we have one of the other Cyclops like throw it for us?
Cyclops
No,
are
they're
blind,
watching
bro. Haven't you ever heard
Yeah,
the
they're just,
fucking
like,
stories?
That's why.
Well,
we
I
use pebbles,
can't pick this
'cause
up.
they have
I've
bad
tried
depth
everything.
Perception. You just
Maybe a different game?
No, we played rock paper scissors, which wouldn't have been rock paper. We played boulder shear cyclops, and I lost. So he chose boulder throw.
Can I try
This
and
is the game. You must play it.
kick this sheep in the direction? Like you know how like someone like
You're trying to hurt it.
No, listen. Yeah. Like I want to like put pressure on its like inner with my feet while I'm like hanging down from it, or like just put pressure to try and like make it irritated.
A
to
sheep
move
is not
forward.
that big for you to be hanging on it.
Where am I? Am I hiding on
It's
top
not
of
a
it?
giant ram.
Am I hanging?
You're laying underneath it, and just no one's paying attention to you.
Oh, am
And
I
like
not?
the Cyclops probably wouldn't see you because you're able to scrunch yourself up underneath it. It's a fluffy sheep, but you can't like hold on to it.
Okay. I'm gonna. So I can't hold on to it while it runs.
No.
Okay. Is there an open pathway?
There is actually at the opposite end of the field.
How
There's
far-
a singular
Where they're
pathway,
throwing
How
the
far away is
Can I-
that?
like 150 feet away.
Can
Where
I?
they're throwing boulders, right?
Yeah, in the direction
Can-
where they're throwing.
can
Their
I-
boulder landed
Ethan.
120 feet away.
Can I
Can you mention
get on
the
one
boulder?
end of the sheep
I
and then
have to carry
kind
that
of like
shit.
grab its
I
fur
think.
and like walk it
hold
towards that
dimension on the
direction,
bottom
but
and
hide
push
on the
the
other
boulder
side of it?
Make an animal handling check at disadvantage.
Can I grab grass
on.
to like feed it while it's doing it so it's a little more
I
comfortable?
need to figure out what I need to do.
Or maybe use some of maybe I gave all my food away, but fuck. Like it was grazing on the grass, so maybe if I hand fed it and like pet it a little bit too.
No, but it doesn't know you, and your sheep
Bro.
handling it. Sure.
Oh, wait, hold on.
I'll let you cancel out the disadvantage.
Okay. I'm using my inspiration.
No.
Fuck that.
Okay.
I can either take somebody with me,
So,
or
why
I
do
have
you
to
guys
carry
play
something that
rock, sheer
that doesn't exceed the weight that
I
I,
got
can
a-
Rock
carry.
sheep Cyclops?
rock
I
sheep
can
cyclops?
carry
Just see what game we play when people come over.
I got a 19 for animal handling.
Yeah, you walk the sheep to the other end. It'll be fine.
You just walk at sheep
Yeah, you
while we're trying to
walk
figure
And
out.
and they don't notice me.
No,
Are there any
I think
planks?
huh?
Planks.
Planks?
2x4.
No,
Can I pull out a
Oh, like a
piece of gold?
catapult?
I'm gonna pull out a piece of gold.
not like plank. Like there's a wooden fence that surrounds like where the sheep tend to graze.
Can I go search for the key that he was talking about? Is this the tower?
No, you're not in
What?
the tower.
I'm gonna pull out a piece of gold and just chuck it.
Land's like
Not copper?
30 feet away.
Literally
That's my
something.
rock.
Nope, you didn't win.
Darn
You
it.
go to win.
How do you think? How can
what-
you expect us to lift a rock then?
Oh, that's not how the game works. The game is simple. You
Can-
just have to win.
Can,
How do you win?
It depends on how you want to win, but you have to get a boulder and beat us with
And
your boulder.
What do you win?
Can we
You
push
just
the boulder?
win.
Ethan,
You win.
Okay.
It's 500 pounds.
You
Fuck.
can't push it.
Mammoth. Can't you do that?
Ethan, are there any
I
boulders
can.
where I am?
What's your goal?
There's the
Can-
boulder that's
well,
it's
Did
roughly
he say he has
100, I think it's
to
like 30
throw
feet
it?
from the entrance.
Can I use
the
the
exit?
Can I use the magical dagger and my magical sword, my rapier,
Maybe
and then
boulder
use that
roll?
to try and chip a piece of the rock?
You chip a small pebble off the rock
Okay, I'm going
or
to
off the boulder.
What?
grab a piece of rope, and I'm going to tie it around an arrow, and then I'm going to so it has like a better projectile, and I don't know if I'm allowed to shoot it, so I'm gonna grab the arrow.
Had me a flint though. That'd be.
It's metal.
I'm gonna grab the arrow and I'm gonna shoot it on the ground next to Hakon with a little note that says, "Throw this arrow with the pebble on it."
An arrow lands at your feet.
With a
I pick
little
it
And
up.
the Cyclops look down and go, Because there's a note attached to it.
Does this count as a rock? And I just take the rock up and hold it.
No,
up.
that's a pebble. You have to move the boulder. It's boulder throw,
Put it away.
not pebble throw.
Well, I can't play this game, so
Well, you'll have to. You have to win.
I don't want to win.
I,
You have won already. So is it okay if me and my friends go on through that way over there?
oh, you could walk that way. Fine, yeah.
Okay.
You can walk that way.
Will you promise not to throw boulders at us while we...
Oh, we don't throw boulders. We're not mean. Just you have to win. So yeah, you can walk that way.
Do we get anything for winning?
Can I insight you can walk that way?
I mean, you win. You know.
Win
Can I-
what?
Can I roll a perception check for in the room
Win
for
life?
anything?
You're not in a room. You're in like a massive field.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 10.
But you could. What do
I
you
got
roll?
a 10.
You have no idea.
Win the game?
Yes, you win the game.
I got a
You have to win the game.
21.
21.
So I bet we're probably trapped
You don't
here
see
until we
anything
have to
outside
move
of what I've already described.
What's the largest thing that you can be?
Well, I mean, we've been handed literally an impossible task.
Nah.
Can you kick a boulder as a brontosaurus?
I mean, I think I can. I can push it. I don't
But,
have
like-
hands to pick it up or anything.
Like if we made a little ramp.
a way that we can play a new game?
No, the rules have been decided. We're playing boulder throw.
Want to see
But
me
who
throw
decides
that
the
boulder?
rules?
Want to see me throw that boulder?
Yes.
Want to see me do it again?
No. Oh well, we've heard this game before. And it
I'm gonna-
doesn't win.
Has
I'm gonna-
anyone ever won?
Oh yes, one person's won.
Ooh.
Well, there were 3 persons, but one won for the 3 persons.
How did they win?
Yeah.
They threw the boulder.
How far?
At that time, I think what? I think they threw it to the end. Yes, they threw it to the end.
What the hell?
Can I insight that?
Sure.
I think they're telling the truth.
8.
8. You are not versed in Cyclopsian social cues to know if he's telling the truth
Are they
or
speaking
lying.
common? Right now?
Giant.
Oh no, they speak. I can't even talk to them.
Oh, then I
Can-
can't either. I
then
can't
yeah.
talk to them either.
Can I?
Yeah, for a second there, I'm like, wait a minute. Now that I remember, I did not be like, wait.
Is there any way I can roll in like what role can I do to like?
I think we should all just walk to the end.
What is like defined as a boulder?
See what happens.
Huh?
What is like
We can't
defined
play
as
the
a
game.
boulder?
The big boulders
It's
that
hard
are
here.
here.
There's gotta be a way though.
I mean, it doesn't look like there's nothing blocking the path onwards. Is
No.
there? Yeah,
It's a
no.
path.
Yeah, see, sorry, fellas. We're gonna go walk that way right now.
Okay. We'll see you soon.
Let's go walk that way.
Bro.
Let's go walk that way. Come on.
We have to
Trust, dude. Just come walk that way.
We,
Come walk that way.
What do you guys do?
Please, come walk that way.
let's go see the sign.
We go and walk towards the exit.
Okay. You
Or
walk through the exit.
path onward.
Mhm.
And you walk,
Exit.
yeah, you walk through the exit, and 2 minutes later, you return to the pasture, and the Cyclops greets you at the original site.
Is there a new game?
No, they're actually they're in the same position waiting and go, whoa, you're here. Time to throw a boulder. You have to win.
With a wooden fence, can I potentially build a catapult?
No, you can't make guy for a catapult.
Shit.
That is an interesting plan, but not with the materials they have.
Hey, don't you have
Can I try to
prestidigitation?
put it?
Turn the pebble into a boulder.
Your bag of holding can technically fit the boulder,
Uh-huh.
but you can't fit the boulder
Through the entry.
What
through
if
the
I-
entrance of the bag of holding.
Oh.
What if you flip
Kinda
it
half the
inside
problem.
out?
Can we
If you
shrink?
flip a bag of holding inside out,
You're not supposed to
it
do that.
empties everything in the bag of holding.
I have nothing.
No, what you don't want to do is put a bag of holding in a bag of holding.
That's what you don't want to do.
Wait, what happens if you do that?
It
No.
rips
Yeah.
a portal through the abyssal plane,
Yeah, don't
or not the
worry
abyssal
about
plane, the astral plane.
It's like setting off a
It
nuke
basically
in
tears a
D&D.
hole through the space-time continuum. and good luck.
Oh.
Is there this? Can I?
It's
Whole campaign.
You die.
more dangerous than
Session
the
one.
dragon mask.
So your party has 2 bags of holding. I put one in the other. All right, the campaign's going in a direction I wasn't ready for. Got to throw this whole 10-day planned adventure out the window.
That's
You
gonna
find
be-
yourself in pandemonium.
That's a rough level 1.
I'm gonna talk to the giants.
Land of the lost and
How did the
shit.
last person throw the boulder?
The last people threw the boulder because one person made the boulder smaller and did something similar to this guy and made the one other guy bigger.
See,
and
that's
with the boulder being smaller and him being bigger, he picked it up and chucked it.
that's
have
what I was
enlargement,
thinking of.
right?
But they're only potions that he has.
Wait, if you
Well,
shrink,
large is still
if you
accurate.
shrink
No,
the
I'm still-
boulder,
I'm
it'll still be the
still
same
large.
weight.
No, wait.
No, if you shrink the boulder, it does not weigh the same.
Yeah, can anyone shrink it?
I can't shrink the boulder.
You can't shrink the boulder. Wow, man.
Maybe there's a-
useless spellcaster.
Maybe there's a spell I didn't add that can do that.
A what?
No, nothing. Forget it.
Am I allowed to fight the giants?
Agree.
Whoa, man,
What?
no, you what?
They're huge.
Murder hobo.
You can.
This is life or
Murder
death.
hobo. No.
How powerful do they look?
They're Cyclops.
Not
They're
very
giants.
powerful.
Like strong enough to kill all of us?
You've never seen Cyclopses before or fought them. You have no idea.
I'm gonna say, genuine question. If we kill you, do we get to pass? They're
No.
Cyclopses.
I mean, all I know is you have to win.
And did anyone define winning to you?
Oh, yes. It depends on the game. Since your game is boulder throw, your boulder has to be farther than our boulder.
What if we
Simple.
forfeit?
You can't. You technically tried to by walking through. It didn't work.
If
Can
we
I,
kill you, do
That's
we
what
win?
tends to happen.
Alright, I get it. And I'm gonna rage and pop my ancestors out. And can I have them try to swirl around a boulder? And while they're doing it, try and block their vision and pull out the pebble and be like, ah ha ha, this is the small boulder.
Like a
The good old,
deception.
Can I turn
the
the
good
boulder
old Indiana
invisible?
Jones switcheroo on you, yeah.
But where does the big boulder go after?
Does invisibility allow you to turn objects invisible, or is it people? It'll specify if it says that you have to target.
If this doesn't
creature.
work, I'm gonna
Yeah.
fight them.
That's what it
Okay.
Good luck,
Just
giant.
creature.
Here's what I would say with your plan. It'd be incredibly difficult because the boulder's not going to move. And so what you're doing is you're trying to do a sleight of hand when the physical boulder is still there.
Can we tell them like, hey,
I
look
can't
at that?
couldn't tell you how insanely difficult that would be, in which I would say that a nat 20 wouldn't count as a critical success, and you would have to hit a number higher than 20. So even with your pluses, it would need to be, I'm thinking 30 DC. Like, this would be incredibly difficult to pull off.
Yeah, that's not gonna work, man.
Can I fight them?
No.
They're here to guide us.
Yeah.
No, they're not. They're here to tell us to throw the boulder.
Well, they're just like they're the guiders.
They said
there.
we have to win.
If we kill them, do we still
We're-
walk down the path?
They're not. Yeah, they're
I mean,
not.
we'll
yeah.
probably be trapped.
They said
Yeah.
we have to win. If we kill them, then we get to pick the game.
I don't know if that's how it works.
I don't think so.
Who picks the game if we kill them?
Well, they had to play a game to decide what game was going to be played.
If we kill you, who picks the game?
The game's been decided. Until you win the game, we'll be here a while.
Can any of you not change your spells, you useless spellcasters?
Can you throw the boulder?
No, but it's not my job to throw the boulder.
Your job is to punch. My job is to heal. Okay, we both don't have the kit to move a 500
But
ton boulder.
can't you all
Stop
change?
blaming me for
Can't-
my spells.
Can't you
I
all?
know, I'm tired of this fucking shit. It's always me and my spells. Sorry, I'm healing everyone. I want to keep everyone alive, not move a goddamn 500-ton boulder.
Can't you all
God.
change spells?
No, I can't change my spells.
How many boulders are around us right now?
Probably just the two.
The two?
I
You
don't-
think?
No, there's a bunch. They're all.
They all are
Are
500
they all the
pounds?
same size? They are?
Yeah, right.
Maybe one's lighter than the other?
Oh no, they're all identical.
There's no foam boulders
No, there's no
Fake
in the
ones,
very
yeah.
back.
No.
You imagine if you had what is it?
This is so
Can
hard.
I you have to throw the boulder?
I mean, we've only seen someone win by throwing the boulder.
But it just has to go farther than your boulder, right?
The rules are your boulder has to be farther than our boulder.
Just
That is-
roll it.
All right,
That's
guys.
the
Wait.
Come here, come push the boulder
No, I
with
have
me.
an idea.
What?
What are the rules to this game?
Your boulder has to be farther than our boulder.
Yeah, that's it.
Turn
That's it.
into a
Come push the
dinosaur.
ball.
Can we switch teams?
No.
I want you on my team. What would that take?
That's not the rules. The rules are simple.
Yeah, you're thinking
are
too
a
hard. You're thinking-
team.
Turn into a
Can I
dinosaur
push the
or a
boulder?
mammoth and
Come
push
push
it. It
it.
just has to be farther.
I'm gonna
He didn't
attempt to push
specify
that
to
Make an
motherfucker.
athletics check.
Has to throw it.
You're raging.
He said it just
Steven.
has to be farther.
You're raging.
That's
Give it a
all.
minute.
Oh, give me that shit, bro.
So
Um,
you could turn into.
Katray, you're the only person
I
with
got
any sort of capabilities to
38.
fix this situation
A
right now.
38.
no, I'm sorry. The 28.
A 20. Okay, I was like,
Yeah.
a 38?
Sorry, not a 38,
I was
28.
like, no.
28.
You see his Hakon, like, looks at you guys and just, like, ah! And then throws himself into the boulder
I'm gonna
and
keep
just
pushing.
starts pushing.
Push,
and you
push,
see,
push,
you see as
push.
he's looking there, he's like, "Ugh."
Keep pushing.
He's straining. His skin goes dark red. The boulder
Lux.
moves an inch.
Let me do
Do
it again.
something.
Let me do it again. Let me do it again.
Your spells.
Oh man, that's a 19.
A 19.
Oh wait. At advantage. Yeah, 19.
You cannot move the boulder.
Oh
I need someone that's good at
man.
pushing.
Help!
Brontosaurus.
Or at least
Hell,
a mammoth.
not
You have
very
tusks.
Or
Can't
just-
you like push it?
Or just you guys come help.
We can't push
It's
it.
500
Dude, I have
pounds. I know.
500 pounds. How much do you think a car weighs? 3
Couple
tons.
ton.
3 tons.
It
I've
has
seen
wheels.
5 guys
It's
pick up a
500.
car.
It has wheels.
Yeah, but I've seen 5 guys lift a car off the ground.
It's
Yeah.
500 tons.
You-
500 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, we're in
Yeah.
D&D.
Okay, that.
So come push the
Oh,
boulder.
dude, there's no
Come
way we're fucking
push.
doing this.
You guys
I'm
see
helping
hack
you
on
now.
fighters up. Push the
I'm-
fucking boulder. Dude.
I
Oh
read
my
up to try to
goodness
push it
gracious.
too.
Okay.
Did we get it there?
I'll turn into
With
a
just
mammoth.
2 of us?
Go
Hell
turn into a
Yes.
mammoth.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All I need is
Oh
one
my
more.
gosh. That's
All right.
all we
Thank
needed.
goodness.
As you begin to help, it doesn't make the boulder move any faster. In fact, you move it an inch per like 10 seconds. Every 10 seconds it moves an inch. It moves an inch. It moves an inch. After a minute, you give up and you turn into a mammoth. With a bulkier form and a large trumpet, you put your shoulder as a mammoth into the boulder, and the two of you alone begin to make it roll. It starts to move, and you push it. I need you two to make an athletics check. You have advantage because you're raving. This is a team effort.
Katray, we need you to do some heavy shit.
I need mammoth stats now.
Should have just done a
24.
Brontosaurus.
I will allow you to join because you also said you were helping.
So I need to roll 2?
24.
My strength's a
What's-
negative or an 8. So
Mine's an 8-2 and I'm trying to help.
Give me, you know what, bro? Give me
What do I have to
one
roll
sec,
now?
'cause I feel
Athletics roll.
I feel like I'm missing
Oof.
something here.
No, you're enlarged. I don't know if that changes. I don't think it changes your
It doesn't
stat.
change anything?
It gives you extra damage.
And it's athletics, you said?
And then
I'm sorry.
you're good.
probably something with carrying capacity.
I just want to stretch out my leg. My knees hurting.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
No.
That's better.
Look at where you're at for tomorrow.
I got a 19.
I just don't see my first.
What'd you roll? Back up.
What do you mean?
24.
First up
24.
is
In 5 minutes, you make it 60 feet.
how far is their boulder?
120.
So we're halfway there.
At this rate, you're halfway there.
Oh yeah.
So do we have to roll again if we want to push?
You would have to.
Let's do it.
Unfortunately, anyone with a strength score of under 10 suffers a point of exhaustion,
Sucks to be you, bro.
which gives
It's
you
alright.
disadvantage on all strength or on all
Wait,
ability checks.
wait. Does it work if you're a mammoth though?
Nope. He assumes the physical stats of the creature he takes.
So then
24
I'm
strength.
So you
exhausted.
suffer a point of exhaustion.
Aw, new day, bro. You gotta hit
Gives
the
you
gym.
disadvantage on all ability checks
Gotta hit
What?
the gym,
until
bro.
you have a rest.
Can't
It is
skip
fucked.
that.
Get fucked.
If you get 5 more, you die.
Might as well try Farm Martino. It's funny.
The 27.
27.
Oh shit.
I'm
Roll.
done. I'm letting you know.
Yeah,
I
you
got
have.
it.
Yeah, you give off the gas.
24.
24. In 5 minutes, you move it 40 feet.
How far is there?
So that's
boulder?
100 feet. down.
Anyone with a strength score of under 15 suffers a point of exhaustion.
Again.
I would be exhausted before I do.
That's not true, bro.
What's your strength?
24.
That's true. Go ahead and roll again.
I mean, we'll get exhausted at the same time if it's by multiples of 5, motherfucker.
That's true. 25.
Ah, I got a 30. There's a nat 20 plus 10. You get a nat 20?
22, dude.
Nat 20s?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys move it 50 feet. And neither of
Light
you
work.
suffer a point of exhaustion.
So it's
Light work.
150 feet then.
150 feet.
Nice.
And as it makes it to the end, you see the Cyclopses look over, and they're just watching the whole thing, just like patiently, and make it to the end and go, "You won."
Can I triumphantly
Thank
hoot right in their face? Nice.
You know, in school, I had to do this paper once where it said read all the directions before starting the assignment. I didn't read all the directions, but this time I did.
I have 3
Now we
intelligence.
wait for everyone to catch up.
You just like this person's talking to you.
I hoot at you.
Yeah, this weird.
Well,
like
you
this,
forget I've
like
got
this person's
9
talking
No,
to you.
look, I'm like,
I need you to go ahead and make an intelligence saving throw for me, please.
oh god.
Oh, it's cocked. It's cocked. What are you doing? It's cocked. Re-roll it.
That's not cocked.
That's cocked, dude.
It's not cocked.
Man.
It's low anyway.
Man. Alright, man. If you say so, man.
That's 8.
An 8.
Ah. 12?
At about this point,
4?
Mm-hmm.
the mammoth is fully taken over. And now there's this
no.
thing in front of you, looking at you. You're in a field, big rocks.
There's a thing looking at me?
Yeah, there's a thing looking at you. You don't know how to put it into words.
Well, mammoths are like elephants though, so they think they're cute, right? Can I pick them up?
You kind of play with him with your trunk.
Whoa. Contested,
Like,
dude.
like,
Stop,
smack
Lux.
him
What
a
are you,
little bit,
Lux?
like, playfully.
Lux. Can I tell you?
It's saying things to you, but it's making noises at you.
I lick its face.
Your mouth is
Oh, Lux. I
Your
didn't know
mouth
you
is all
felt
the way
that
up
way
here,
about
your
me.
trunk, mouth, trunk.
Yeah, it'll
No,
work.
it's under the
It'll
trunk.
work, dude. How do you think Sid?
It's up at the mouth. The trunk is longer than the mouth.
Yeah, but like if
But
I
you
move
can move it out
closer,
the way.
Yeah.
I mean, again, you want to get a big fluffy head? Sure. Don't want to give him a nice big
Nice.
lick.
Can I
Cross
come
the
up
face.
and insight that Katray is in elephant form and completely not so?
You didn't insight that. He polymorphed
Dude,
himself
I pet the
into.
side of your
He
head.
polymorphed himself into a mammoth.
Can I
Mammoth.
go, hey, and then
The
start
other
walk-
thing is making sounds at you too.
I hoot at you.
and then try guiding it in a direction, like just start running in a direction.
The other thing has made noises at you and has begun to move away from you.
I'll follow it.
Okay, you
But
follow
I
the
won't
other thing.
run. I just mammoth track.
Yeah, you just mammoth it.
I'm vibing.
I'm gonna throw a rock at it to hurt.
The other thing threw a rock at
To-
you.
to
It
ex-
threw something. It hurt.
to make it go faster.
I
No.
angrily hoot at you.
No damage was dealt, but it hit the front of your head.
I'm gonna throw another.
Donk.
I'm gonna throw another rock at it and then go.
The other thing is still throwing things at you.
Can I pick up the rock and throw
What
it
size
back
is
in
a
the
mammoth?
I mean, with the size of the rock, you can attempt to, but it goes
What
a
size
lot
are
farther
you?
than you would have hoped.
Huge?
You can't aim as a mammoth.
How big am I?
You can ride.
Oh, because you still have
Yeah,
enlargement,
you
right?
still are enlarged.
So I would be a large creature.
You are a large creature.
Can a large creature shove a
mammoth?
a mammoth over?
You can push the mammoth.
Can I push him over prone?
Over?
Yeah, I want to push him. I want to push him prone.
Go ahead and make an athletics check.
Okay.
I will say your rage is still activated until this is done because you're not
At
damaging
advantage
anyone.
because I'm
Yeah.
because I'm.
But you're not damaging anyone or taking damage. So after this, it ends.
27.
27. I need you to make a strength saving throw or strength saving throw.
Wait. Don't drop it yet. Don't drop it yet.
Wait.
Don't drop it
Are
yet.
there only sheep? No, there's a pond, right?
There's a bomb.
I'm at the pond.
Dude, I'm not proficient
Is there fish?
in strength.
Squid fish.
Huh?
Koi fish.
Koi fish?
Koi fish.
Mammoths don't eat fish, do they?
You don't know?
20.
Nick.
A 20?
Catch one.
You get pushed over by the first thing.
And then I'm gonna attack him
What?
with Hazaron.
Then I'm gonna also attack him.
Isn't that how it works? Listen.
That's how you break polymorph.
All right. Yeah.
I'm gonna attack him as
You're gonna
well.
murder the poor man.
Quick stop.
Can I?
Have we ever polymorphed someone in this game?
Yeah,
Who have we polymorphed?
he polymorphed himself.
He did.
Like,
Other than just now.
I turned those two guys into lizards.
You turned those two guys into lizards. Did you ever hit those two guys who were lizards?
they got incinerated in a fireball.
They did. They got incinerated and they instantly died.
Is that how it works?
No, but Ethan's trying to say that we don't know how it works.
If you
we had
damage
a
him, you
private
should
conversation. No,
Maybe-
all right.
non-lethal.
I just push him
Bullying the
over.
mammoth and
I would
stuff.
allow you two to make an Arcana roll at disadvantage to even attempt to conclude that.
Can
You
I
have polymorph?
catch?
I hope you got a
No.
good roll,
No.
dude.
No,
I
no.
didn't either, dude.
That would be the only way you would know, is if someone else had the spell.
Oh yeah, I chose not to take it. I forgot. I think.
Just a
That was a
mammoth lying
4.
on the ground.
4?
Crying.
How long?
You're not sure how the spell works.
Tears.
What'd you roll?
Well, we're gonna have to tie you up.
I'm gonna throw-
Oh, nothing.
You have no idea how to spell it.
Is there any fruit?
Shit, dude, I'll tell you that.
not hurting
there-
anyone.
No, there's a lot of grass.
Not a threat.
Excuse
I'm
me,
literally just
but
following you guys.
Nute, how do we get him out of
It's
this
a bad mammoth,
polymorph?
dude.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Well, hopefully it just ends soon.
Are you not a spellcaster?
How long does it last?
An hour.
An hour? Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. We can walk around for another hour.
No.
You've been pushed over by one of these things.
The
and
mask,
one's been
dude.
throwing things at you, and they've both been making sounds at you, and now there's a third thing. You're surrounded by things.
Nute, will you at least try and
Does it
see
not
if you
fit-
can figure
does
it
get
out?
angry after?
I need you to make a wisdom
What
saving throw.
what triggers
for me.
the mammoth flight or
Wait,
fight,
I'm
dude?
pretty sure. I thought it like.
Can Nute make an
knows
Arcana
allies are allies.
Arcana
Does
check?
Well, dude, this might work out just fine.
Omar asked to make
Because
an
if we can
Arcana
stress the
check.
mammoth out.
Well, remember, I have one exhaustion too.
All I know about polymorph,
Oh, you
like
can
specifically,
roll.
is that you do not retain your mental scores like a beast shape, which is why.
Can I
this
roll
is
an
happening.
Arcana check?
You have a plus 10
You
to it.
may. You may roll an Arcana
I
check.
don't have a plus 10.
Aren't you proficient in Arcana?
No.
It
Oh,
retains
you have a
its
plus
alignment
5.
and personality. So that's the
No.
only thing that keeps with me.
Alright, so you're still what? Chaotic good?
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, you're still
It's
chaotic
19
good.
plus 5.
Is that a 20?
Yeah. So either a 19 or a 20. Well, plus. So they're both unnatural 20s. I had to roll at
Unnatural
disadvantage,
20s?
right?
Well, what's your plus?
No,
What's-
yours
what-
was just a flat roll, so you would have taken the 19.
Oh, then yeah.
So 19.
But he's
plus,
exhausted.
Yeah.
You are exhausted, so it would have been disadvantage.
So then it's 19 plus.
It's still a
5.
19 because
Yeah.
he rolled a 19 and a 20.
Yeah.
Okay, so plus what?
5, so that's 24.
24?
I just want to. I made an Arcana check.
What you know about the polymorph spell is not like. You know that it can end based off the caster's desire to end it, but you've never seen a caster cast polymorph on himself.
That's all we know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you've seen casters cast polymorph on other people, and they could always end it when when the job is done. You've never seen them cast polymorph on themselves. I mean, technically, we should have had this happen with the Brontosaurus. That's my fault, but
I've
and you guys would
never
have figured that out.
seen this happen before.
Cyclops,
Well,
do you know how to break someone out of polymorph?
Oh no, we just know how to throw boulders.
Can you carry him for us?
But we can't leave.
Are you just like moping?
We have to stay here
on
for the next
like
game.
your side?
You can walk.
What if I kill you a sheep?
Oh, you're
Alright,
trying.
carry him
Please
back.
don't.
Do we eat
They're
fish?
pretty cheap.
But if I get rid of them, if you don't help, I will
Do
kill
you have a
them.
picture of
Can I,
yourself?
But we can't leave.
What about your
Alright.
staff?
Can I tie my rope
Because
around
you need to know
his
who you
tusk?
are, right?
Just-
Yeah.
All my armor.
You guys, I tie a
melts.
rope around
The
his tusk.
first thing is wrapping something around your tusk.
Can I saw his tusks
Make a
off?
wisdom saving throw.
Can I saw his tusks off and sell them in the fucking
What?
black market?
Whoa!
Um,
It's like limitless money, dude.
Lose on my teeth.
Would you roll?
Wisdom save?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, wrong
Come
one.
on, dude.
Could you just
roll
roll
low,
better?
roll low.
17.
You're not concerned or worried by these things.
Nice.
You're not frightened.
All right. Well, I tie you up, and then I say, "Let's get."
I'm gonna start spanking
We
his
Yeah,
start-
he
we
ties
start
around
walking.
one of your he ties something to one of your tusks and it tightens. You feel a little bit of pressure and then the thing tugs on it and it kind of pulls you a bit forward.
I
Yeah.
can't combat being tied.
I mean, you weren't frightened. It didn't give you a sense of fear. You're not
So you
concerned
probably
about
don't
these
care,
things.
yeah.
They're tiny. They're smaller
Well,
than
I'm
you.
not scared, but I don't want to.
I'm gonna start.
Dude, I hold out some really yummy smelling cabbage.
I'm gonna start spanking the mammoth,
Cabbage.
Yeah, you probably
You
can.
feel
saying,
pat
"Wake up,
on your,
Lux!
you feel a pat on your behind.
Wake up,
You feel a
Lux!
pat from where you poop.
Lux!
Some cabbage.
Remember who you are. You are not a mammoth. Get out
The
of
other
this.
thing is making sounds at you.
Lux!
You know we can just walk the pathway, right?
Not with you flipped upside
No,
down.
yeah, we like the path.
You have to
I'm
flip-
back up.
Yeah.
You flipped him back up.
Yeah, he's fine. We're good to walk.
Why you did a fucking cow tipping on Katrin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I
Guess
was
we'll
gonna
just
get
start
that polymorph, but-
walking
We gotta
him.
wait
So
a
you
bit.
you
I
follow
want
the
to
lead.
stab you.
walking you.
You
now.
follow
Dude,
the
imagine
I
if you
just
just
wanted
saw a
that instant
Hakon
crit.
Okay.
and fucking a
You
Boris
guys
just
start
stabbing.
walking. You walk down this pathway. As you're leading a man beside you,
My boy.
almost picture perfect, 1 hour later, as you are walking into an intersection with a sundial. Polymorph drops as you're walking past like the threshold.
You're all tied up now.
And you have a neck like a rope tied around your throat, and he's pulling at it.
what the fuck?
Look!
I'm gonna yank on it just to fuck with it.
I freak
he
out
kinda
and
yanks
drop
on
the
it.
roll.
Ow. Can I fucking cut it?
Yeah.
How about you be more careful about when you cast spells like that?
Careful. We had to move.
They
the
wouldn't have done
rock.
it without him. Yeah.
He could have turned any of us into a mammoth. Except for he turned himself.
I don't want to be a man.
I don't want you guys, deal with that.
Oh hush. Look, it
We gotta
wasted.
deal
Why-
with
You could
you.
have asked.
What if we can't find the I was on the other side.
I didn't want to, but you pressured me into
Alright, well next time I'll take the bullet for the team.
Okay.
Guys, there's another
Oh, no.
sundial.
Actually, there isn't. It's on another sundial. Your attention is drawn towards the sundial and see that it's in the same position as the intersection that you had previously arrived upon before the Cyclops. You walk towards the sundial. The shadows begin to spin on the face of it. And the same thing happens where the shadows recede. With the recognition that you might not have made progress based off of your previous 3 sundials, and the differences in what have happened after, whatever you've done, whatever route you took, nothing has changed with this one. It appears you've made an incorrect decision. And that is where we will leave off
What?
for this week.
Dude, we're fucked,
It
bro.
makes a lot more sense, dude.
Alright. Which means we will be picking up next week before, so that next week is going to be the week before our Halloween one-shot, so we'll be picking up next week to finish off the journey through Xonthal's Tower. And then on the 24th, we'll be doing a Halloween one-shot, 5th level characters. I will be playing a Fire Genasi blood hunter named Igneous Ashensun.
Yeah, get
Really
excited.
excited. We'll be putting some posts out on our Instagram. You can follow us on the Couch Cooperative. I think it's the Couch Co-op 5e or is it the Couch Cooperative?
Right here.
Couch cooperative.
Couch Cooperative.
No.
Yeah. So it should
Yes.
look for the same
Never.
dice picture, the same logo. That'll be the big help.
Always.
I might have linked all of
Do
them on
it.
our Twitch. I don't know. I also could have made that mistake. But basically, follow us on Instagram and on Twitter, and we'll be posting throughout the next couple of weeks. We'll see if we can maybe try to find some photos of characters for like inspiration that we can send out to maybe hype up some of those characters.
Halloween.
And yeah, I'll be playing for the first time in a few years.
Katray will be DMing for the
I'll be
first
playing
time
for the
ever.
first time in a few years, so it's gonna be fun. Yeah, my
It's
character's
been- when
completely
when was
created.
the last time you played?
A few years.
Was it? Do you remember what it was?
It was my
it
birthday.
Call of Cthulhu?
It was my birthday. Yeah, when Trey ran it.
That's fair.
Yeah, you guys were there. Bungo Bunts was your character, and I remember you got heated, and I was like,
Remember.
no, it's my Bungo
I
Bunts!
forgot about that, man. That
Alright,
was cool.
well, with our timing, we'll go ahead and end it. You're already ended. You're not ended yet. Haven't ended yet. Yeah, we'll go ahead and be ending it here in just a moment. Thank you, Astronaut, for spending the time with us. Really appreciate you.
Thank you, dude.
Thank you so much for your time. And
Everybody.
anyone else that's watching us on YouTube, thank you for sticking with us so far. We'll be back next week.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.